you're so real. Already know exactly how you feel. See the head, not like seeing a steeple. You damn well know they're one of the people. Nobody breaks us, 'cause nobody made us. And no one can take this 'cause we got their fix. We are the people, we are the people, we are the people. Don't mess with this.
Oh, yeah, here we are. It is Monday, baby.
Yes,
yeah.
it is.
I am very, very excited about it today. We got a lot going on. It's going to be a good day. Hey, does that screen look all right? Yeah, it looks fine, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
That'll work. What's going on, everybody? Got Chad and Rich in the house.
Hello,
Rich,
hello.
What's up?
How about them wise guys, man?
How
That was a
about
tough
them?
loss there, man.
Man, it was. It was. It was a heck of a game, man. They fought hard, but certainly some questionable calls by the officials for sure, man.
Yeah, it seemed like the audience was crowd was pissed.
Yeah, I was gonna say when you got the whole crowd chanting "Ref, you suck!" Like, hey, man, you effed up. But
Yeah, that's a problem right there.
Yeah. But penalties also, man. It was they've got some work to do, obviously, and things. But
So now, how are the rankings now?
you know what? I will have to figure that out.
Okay, I wasn't
I
sure.
can let us know. Yeah,
I know they were in a three-way tie at one point for first, but that was before the loss, right?
Yeah, that was so. Yeah, heading into the game last week, they were in a three-way tie for first.
Yeah.
And I'll have to look and see how the other guys did and get an update on the rankings.
Okay,
But I'm
all
sure we
right.
can let everybody know.
All right.
Thank you, everybody, for bringing honey to me. By the way,
Oh, yeah.
a couple people dropped off some honey at the
Nice.
commentators table. They were like, "Want to be sure your voice is good this time." And
We got them
last.
taking care of you, man.
Yeah, I was
that's
like,
awesome.
"Thank you."
Brought you some lozenges.
Right,
A
right.
throat warmer.
I did do some like honey lemon water though. I brought
Yeah.
some honey of my own, and it did help, man.
Yeah.
It did,
No, it
yeah.
does help.
By the end of the night, I wasn't quite as sore.
That's good. Yeah, you have to build your voice tolerance up to go the endurance of it, just like fighting.
Yeah,
It's no different with your voice. When I first started doing the rant, by the time I get to the end, I'd be hoarse.
You'd be done,
And I'd
yeah.
be hoarse for the rest of the morning. Yeah. Yeah. Chad, how about you, man? Did you have a good weekend?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, were you working Saturday?
Yes, poked a bunch of holes on Saturday. Man.
Did you?
Yes, it was busy.
It was real busy again.
All week's been busy, man.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Is there because everybody's out right
Everybody's out moving about and stuff. I think a lot of people have already done their vacations, kind of coming back that kind
Yeah.
of time and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah,
now?
rocking.
So they're getting right and tight to get back to
Yeah.
school or back to work with their,
That'll be another
their
rush.
extra
Yeah,
piercings
yeah,
and whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Fun
awesome,
times.
man. That's awesome, man. So how many do you think you did on Saturday?
On my square report, it said 15, but I had more pay, a little cash, so I probably about 20, 25.
That's a big number,
yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot of
I mean,
people,
that's a
man.
good day,
That's
isn't it?
what I hit. I like to hit 20 on Saturday, man. That's what I
Yeah,
try to hit.
that's your goal.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. That's
Feel
fair.
good. I feel good on Saturday
Oh
night. when I
yeah,
do that.
man, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I also feel good. I
Made a bunch of sell houses.
well, I did help somebody with an offer on one, and it's looking good right now.
yeah.
We got our offer accepted, and it's a friend of mine. One of his sons had already bought a house, and now his other son's buying a house.
Seen
So,
what you did for him. It's like I
Yeah.
want some of that action.
yeah. So that's always cool to have happen.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I was very excited about
It's always
that.
cool when you do something and you see the return from it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's always
No,
awesome.
it's definitely cool to see that. I will tell you that I did have an embarrassing moment over the weekend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
He's looking down. It's not good. It's not good.
man, I was just sitting in the garage hanging out for a second, and chilling. Doors open to the garage, and man, I'm reading something in my phone. I'm doing some business, and I'm reading, and I'm just really into it. And I heard the buzz, and it hit right here on the back of my neck, and got behind my shirt. Now,
Oh, no.
all I know is recently we've had wasp in the garage, and so I'm like, oh shit, they'll sting you unprovoked. They're just territorial,
Right.
bitch,
You was doing the little girl dance,
And,
wasn't you?
oh no, bro, it was worse than that. I come up out of that chair, and shirt started. I'm pulling the shirt
Like
off.
Chippendale style.
I'm in the yard. I took that shirt and popped it, and I said, "Get the off me, man!" And now I'm standing there holding my shirt, no shirt on, yelling. And I look up, and there's my neighbor on his porch, and I just turned around and walked right on back in. There's nothing to say, man. It's like, no.
You seen the neighbor? He's a little crazy.
Yeah, no, they know already. They're like, yeah, no, that's just Patrick. He's an idiot. You know what I mean?
It's finally snapped.
Yeah, no, it was just one of those.
Slid off his crack.
Man, you ever had that? You know, where a bug gets on you, you just freak out.
Oh, worst, man. Especially like a spider, and you keep thinking it's crawling on you.
Man, the worst one like that for well, there was one when I was younger, but the other one that I saw was Tyler. We were raking the yard, and he said, "Man, I think I got something in my shirt." And I said, "Well, come here, let me look." Man, I opened his shirt. I said, "Get that damn shirt off, boy. Get that shirt off." Because it was a man. That mug was about that big, and his body was like that. You know, it was a trapdoor spider. You don't ever see them.
Wait, what?
A trapdoor spider.
I've never even heard of that.
You never heard of it?
No. What is it? Is it a magician spider? It
Like
comes out and
kind
it's
of,
like,
yeah.
hey, here's...
Yeah, instead of a web, they live underground.
Okay.
And so they have these burrows, and so they make these little doors that on the top that they cover with dirt. And so when something walks across it, they can tell, and they pop out and grab it.
What?
Yeah. So
This shit.
because we were raking, he just happened to accidentally rake him out.
Yeah, and
And he ended up somehow in his shirt.
wow.
Yeah.
Pissed too.
Yeah.
He was just
Ruined my
freaked
house.
the hell out is what he was, man. That was crazy right there. I mean,
Sounds like it, man.
Yeah,
A
no.
trapdoor spider.
yeah,
That's
yeah. Look it up, man. They're a funky looking spider. I'll be honest with you.
Our commenters are alive and well this morning, man. They're
what are
lighting
they
it up.
saying, man?
Saying good morning, of course. Good morning, Brad. Good morning, Latasha.
What up? What up? What up?
Let's see here. Little Doggy said he literally saw the best haircut he's ever seen.
Oh, I seen that
Friday.
line
Watch
job. That was a
happen,
tight
man.
line job, man.
That was a good line job. Tyler cut Brandon's hair.
I seen.
Oh, yeah. I
Brandon
saw the
had-
picture.
Brandon
yeah.
had some soul in him, looked like a
Man,
little bit.
hey man, he had a it was a fire haircut. Though.
It was
He
a
It was,
fire
man. It
haircut,
looks good, yeah.
I
He
was
looked
like,
good.
damn, boy.
Thank you, Mike, for saying that. No,
was awesome,
Tyler's
man.
doing a great job, man. He's a good barber, a good kid too, man. If you get a chance, go to Throwback Cuts in Benton. That's where Tyler's at, and just ask for him. Man, he'd love to help you out. He's trying to grow his career just like everybody else. So, you know, if you can help him out, great. I understand if you can't, but yeah, he's a great barber, and he's a good person too.
That's
Right.
my son's
He's
hair.
cool people. Yeah, he's just cool people. He's kind of a vibe. You know, he's one of those people that anybody can talk to, or he can talk to anybody.
Right.
Nobody ever feels bad around him. You know, he's just one of those kind of people, and so I'm happy about that for him. All right, let's get into some news you can use.
You have to spin the wheel today. That's the news
Yes,
we can use.
Yes, I know. I have to spin the wheel of pain.
He didn't learn anything from before against betting with me, man.
I'm sitting here looking at
I've
it.
now, you know.
What's up with the shrooms on there?
Well,
I wouldn't mind hitting that one.
I thought the same thing, Chad. I thought the same thought. Maybe I'll get lucky.
Let's spin it. Stop it. Oh,
All right,
grab the
let's see.
wheel.
Okay, yeah, none of that looks
That
worth
good,
it
huh?
yet.
Yeah, that's
It's that good of a news day
It
for
just
Monday.
wasn't real. That's typical Monday. Not interesting news. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Around 16 billion passwords were compromised after one of the largest data breaches in history. According to Cyber News, logins to social media, VPNs, and user accounts for companies like Apple, Facebook, Google, GitHub, Telegram, various government services says the passwords are often put up for sale on the dark web and can be used for identity theft, fraud, and blackmail. They said they've been monitoring the exposed passwords since the start of the year, and no one down it. That don't even make sense. Experts stress that Americans need to change their passwords.
Right.
So, yeah, we all hear that, and what do we all do? Not change
Nope.
our passwords.
Nobody's ever gonna get my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Right.
No, they'll never guess that, ever. That's the best. Let's see. Dr. Seuss Enterprises has launched Seuss Circle Time, an 8-part YouTube summer series, if you want that. Boy, these are really shitty. All right, here you go. There's a fun new species of ant that's made its way to the United States to watch out for, the Asian needle ant.
Yeah, I was telling you about that last week.
Yeah, mostly in the stretch between Arkansas and New England.
Imagine that.
but in up to 20 states, and has some nasty venom when it stings you. The Forest Service says a severe allergic reaction or anaphylaxis can happen in about 2% of people stung. They look mostly like other ants, and they're pretty small.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess look out for new ants
Stay
that
away from
mess you up.
ants. I hate ants.
Yeah, just avoid ants. How about that?
There you go.
That's why I was like, now every time I walk outside, I'm going to have to be like, was it a regular ant? Was it an ant that's going to make me scratch to death or
you'll
one that's
know.
going to potentially
They
kill
say
me?
10 minutes, you'll know in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, right?
So I guess the big news over the weekend was that we
man.
bombed over in Iran.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah.
I heard something about that.
I heard. I was flipping through something, and there was something about boom in Iran, and I was
some
like,
kind of big
okay.
explosion.
Yeah. So did either of you feel a type of way about it? I mean, was it just business as usual?
Well-
Were you happy? Were you mad?
From my era, just that whole regime over there just kind of, it's always kind of been like sketchy, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, especially none that they had the capabilities, maybe, you know what
Right.
I'm saying? It's always kind of in the back of your mind, you know what I'm saying?
Sure,
So
sure.
If they went in there and knocked all that shit out, that's awesome, man. I mean,
Yeah, well, here's what I do know. They did bomb 3 sites in Iran. All 3 were nuclear enrichment, uranium enrichment facilities. One of which, the Fordow, in 2023, the governing body over the atomic watchdog basically acknowledged, no, we're shocked. We've discovered they have enriched 87.3% uranium, which is almost bomb quality,
they said once
and
you
nothing
get to
had
90,
changed.
Yeah, once you get to 90, they was like its own.
That's right, and nothing's changed since 2023 as far as no one stopped them from continuing that enrichment.
Right.
And so when everything started popping off, they were like, yeah, we can't have them letting nukes out.
Oh, man, 'cause I mean, that Ayatollah dude, he kind of freaks me out, man.
No,
Like,
they're not yelling death to America. 'Cause
no,
they
man,
love
that
you.
was freaky the other day when they were doing all that shit, burning all the flags
Yeah,
and screaming. I was
yeah.
like, oh, God. Like,
Yeah.
it pissed some people off.
I saw some people.
I thought that was it, yeah.
What now?
I was researching because you were asking, how we're feeling, and I was like, I mean, isn't it kind of, it's normal almost. I mean, and then the question popped into my mind. I was like, who was the last president that we didn't have, that there wasn't like
Trump.
some type of war or conflict
The
going
last
on or
Trump,
whatever?
he
Yeah,
didn't.
the
we
first
didn't-
term.
Yeah, we didn't attack anybody.
Yeah.
and I was surprised actually in a way that he did, but really, I can understand you don't want that nuke out there.
Yeah, no.
No, man.
But they went.
We're the only ones allowed to have that.
Look, and it was pretty clever how they did it. They ran.
Oh, yeah, how they
there's a
went
lot of
this
people
way
with them.
and this way.
They had a bunch of decoys out
Yeah,
that
that
they
shit
tricked
was awesome.
them with.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty slick. I'm not
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
lie.
because I was seeing the stuff on Facebook and it was talking about all the airplanes in the air, and like people were actually seeing them and showing them on Facebook and stuff.
Yeah.
But them other 2, it skirted off to the side and shot off to the side.
So they laid out how 7 stealth B-2 bombers and more than 125 planes smashed 3 of the nuclear sites. Dan Kane, the head of the Joint Chiefs, called it the largest B-2 strike in U.S. history.
America.
The lead bombers flew 18 hours from Missouri. A second group flew the opposite way as decoys. Iran's jets never took off. Its radar didn't see them.
Never shot a shot.
Yeah, we were already gone.
Yeah.
They're like, what happened?
Yeah, it was done by the time they realized that we were already hauling ass
Yeah.
the other way, so there was nothing to do.
Nope.
Police say a quick-thinking security guard saved a lot of people at Cross Point Community Church in Wayne, Michigan yesterday. About 11:15 a.m., a 31-year-old man drove up wearing a tactical vest, carrying a rifle and a handgun. A parishioner rammed him with a car, but the gunman kept firing, hitting the vehicle, wounding one staff member in the leg. 2 other church staffers on security smoked his ass.
Smoked his ass.
They did.
As they should
They
have.
did, yeah.
Yeah. No, they said he was having a mental health crisis, but, in the middle of taking shots, you don't get to do an interview.
No.
So,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just how it is. Yeah. All right. Let's see. U.S. Magistrate Judge Barbara Holmes refused the government's request to keep Kilmar Abrego Garcia locked up on human smuggling. That's the guy who was sent over to, El Salvador?
MS-13 dude.
Yeah, and they brought him back. Yeah. They ruled the prosecution didn't meet the standard for pretrial detention, although she noted that if released from the marshals, ICE would put him in custody, which they are.
Right. Good morning, Wendy.
What's up, Wendy? Kroger's going to close 60 stores in the next 18 months. I don't know if any of them are here, but that's happening.
Kroger's getting bad, man. I walked in the other day and it smelled like bad fish or something. Like I was like, I'm not getting shit out of here.
Yeah, that's
man.
not good, man.
No,
you
it was
don't want that.
horrible. No.
FedEx confirmed that Fred Smith, who turned a term paper idea into a global overnight delivery giant, died at 80 years old. He was a decorated Vietnam War Marine. He launched FedEx in 73 with 14 planes and 389 workers. He pioneered hub and spoke logistics and absolutely positively overnight shipping. Company now flies more than 700 aircraft and employs about 500,000 people. A lot of people don't know that the guy that started it was from here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and none of the banks here would give him a loan. None of them would.
That's wild.
Yeah, so he went, if I'm not mistaken, to Memphis.
Yeah, that's where.
And that's where they're headquartered because a Memphis bank gave him a loan for.
Bet they feel like
I think
some
he was buying
dumbasses.
1 or 3. It was a real low number of cheap airplanes, basically, to
Right.
get started. And
They got fed up with here and went there. Huh?
well,
The hustler
they just
mind.
didn't want to give him the They didn't want to give him the loan, and they probably regret it now.
No, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you know, that was a loss right there.
Hell
Somebody got fired on that one.
Sure.
Last week, a 3-day operation led by the National Child Protection Task Force successfully found 25 missing children across 6 Florida counties, some of whom had been missing over a year. They worked with law enforcement, child protection groups, nonprofits like the Tim Tebow Foundation to make sure the kids' recovery and long-term safety was good. The effort generated new leads and additional recoveries are expected as the investigation continues. I like that they're focused a lot on that. They seem
Right.
to be doing a lot of that.
Good job.
A Buddhist monk in Japan was rescued from a bear attack by his adopted dog Chico during a walk near his temple. The monk fell and dislocated his shoulder, but Chico barked and charged the bear and successfully scared it off.
Hell yeah.
Once abandoned for being too loud, Chico's bark ultimately saved his own.
Go.
I know you bark as much as you want, man.
Right.
Yeah, run around
Yeah.
this place.
Yeah, hell yeah, you just keep barking, son. Lincoln Park scrapped their set at Bern Expo in Bern, Switzerland just hours before showtime. A band member had undisclosed medical issues. They weren't in a spot to perform, apologized to fans. They say ticket holders will get a new date option or refund soon. And then Amy Lee offered an update on the next album. She said they're actively writing and recording, aiming to release the 6th studio album early next year. They've cut a handful of tracks before dropping the single Afterlife for Netflix's Devil May Cry. Lee likes the newer strategy of sharing songs as they're finished instead of waiting for a full album. Yeah, that's just how it's done now.
Right.
No, it is. I mean, it is. It's very different now.
Yes.
They're all trying to arrange another range day in comments.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Why is this?
Just everybody's ready, man.
Because everybody needs to
okay.
go blow
Wendy
some
wants to
shit
go to
up.
the range. Yeah, everybody wants to go blow some stuff up, man.
Yeah, well, that sounds fun.
I mean, they did it in Iran. Now we need to.
Well, yeah, we need to make us another little mushroom cloud out there.
Yeah, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? The reboot of Highlander has added another big name to the cast. Previously announced Henry Cavill as the title character, Connor McLeod. Fans of the 1986 film know the key character in the film is McLeod's mentor, Ramirez, who was Sean Connery. This time they're giving it to Russell Crowe. Well, is he still fat Russell Crowe? Because nobody wants fat Russell Crowe. If you're not svelte Russell Crowe, what are you doing teaching anyone how to use a sword? You can teach them how to go to the buffet.
I kind of feel like that's why he wasn't in Gladiator. You know what I'm saying?
Gladiator too. Yeah. Not because he died, but because
No,
he was
you're
fat.
like, we
Because
can't
of
bring you
his
back,
abs,
bro.
man.
Yeah,
Like,
you're too fat.
yeah, where's the abs at home?
How are we supposed to think that you outran a lion? And
Right.
you're
Come on.
Magnus turned into this.
Right. Really?
I don't know how many of you follow the Daredevil series or Punisher, but John Bernthal is set to join Tom Holland in the new Spider-Man movie, Brand New Day. He's played Punisher in his own series for Marvel as well as on Daredevil. So he is joining the team, and that's, I guess, based straight out of the comic series when they teamed up. So if you like the Punisher,
Right.
and he's a badass.
He was a
I mean,
badass, man.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. Yeah. No.
Yep.
No.
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
No. Hold on. I'm seeing if there's anything good here. Just not a lot. Okay, here we go. There's a reason why "Release the Bees" would be a terrifying battle cry. Spanish police stopped a 7-year-old beekeeper for driving without a seatbelt after a breath test showed alcohol. They asked him to repeat it. He cursed, threatened them, opened his van, and released a swarm of bees.
Hell yeah.
Both the officers were stung many times and hid in a restaurant until help arrived. The driver fled, but he did get caught soon
Oh,
after.
damn.
That's a great.
That's a good way, man.
That was a new one for me.
Yeah,
right?
man.
Release the bees, bitch.
Yeah. You know, everybody in the holding cell was like, hell yeah, dude. They got stung.
Man.
I got at least 5 of them.
Man, this guy wasn't just a little drunk. The highway patrol said a man crashed through a brick wall into someone's backyard,
Oh, man.
finally stopping a few inches from a playset. When police got there, they decided a field sobriety test wasn't necessary when the driver was asleep on the hood of the patrol car.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're like, he's good.
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, he's done.
Maybe he was just tired, man.
Oh, yeah.
He just needed a nap.
From all
Yeah.
that drinking.
Game 7 of the finals, man. It was
Epic.
it was a great game.
That was a knockout, man. Like, they were really, even though he got hurt, like, it was still a battle.
No, it was a battle all the way up to about the
third.
late, really about the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Tyrese Halliburton went down with an Achilles injury. He was ruled out the remainder of the game, and that was real bad for him.
That was hard to watch, man.
But T.J. McConnell, man, what a
that little white boy was going off.
man! He fought hard. He's like 6'1" out there. He scored
Man.
16 points in the third
He was
quarter.
bouncing all over the damn
He
place,
was,
man.
man. He was everywhere. But you couldn't stop Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA.
Shea Butter.
He did something that I think only 3 or 4 have done.
3 of
He
them.
won the scoring title, MVP, a championship, and one other
He won the Finals MVP.
Finals MVP, League
He
MVP,
won all the MVPs
title,
you can win.
and scoring title.
Dang.
Yeah, in
First
one
time
season.
I think since Jordan or something.
It's been a while.
It's been like
Let me put it like
20-something
that.
years,
It's been quite a while.
Because my son was like, since who, LeBron? I was like, I don't think he's done that.
I don't know if he has. I'm
Not
not
if
sure.
it's been 20 years. Like, that's real close to.
Yeah, that's got to be Jordan time
Yeah.
for sure. The LSU Tigers. We could have had it, guys. We could have had it.
Man.
What did they do? They swept Coastal Carolina
I
to
thought
win the
Coastal
College
was
World
gonna win.
Series. No, they swept them out. We would have swept them out. Everybody would have swept them out. They got lucky to get there. They Cinderellaed up, and they never had the power to make it
They
to
almost
the
pulled
to
it
the-
off, though.
Well, they almost, but they didn't. We almost pulled it off too. And we're sitting at home.
Razorbacks, that's what they almost always.
Man, we are the heartbreak
Man,
hogs, aren't
yeah, just wait till I'm just like, just wait. That's what I always say.
we? We
about the
do
Hog
find
games.
ways to
Just
lose.
wait. It's coming. Like the ball's
Yeah.
gonna get dropped. Somebody's gonna do so. It's just wait.
Yeah. Arguably, the greatest, it's not arguable, the greatest MMA fighter in history has called it a career.
Uh-oh.
At
Yeah.
37, John Jones decided to exit from professional competition. The announcement made by Dana White was later followed by a post by Jones on social media. He said it came after a lot of reflection. He's looking forward to new opportunities and challenges. That meant that Tom Aspinall became the new undisputed UFC heavyweight champ. Around the same time as the retirement, also came a report Jones was facing some criminal charges, apparently a misdemeanor leaving the scene of an accident. So I don't think it would have affected him
Yeah, I
either way
can't
career-wise.
imagine. Yeah.
But, man, he was the best of
He
the
was
best.
a dog, man.
I mean, I don't know. How many did he lose in his career? 3, 4, maybe?
I was thinking maybe 3, but it might be
Yeah,
4.
I don't know. I think maybe 3 is right. I mean, he's the baddest of the baddest.
He was good.
Yeah, by all means. All right, let's take a quick break. Do a couple
28
spots.
and 1.
What's that?
28 and
Also
1.
Oh, he only lost one.
Yeah, 28
Okay.
and 1.
Jeez.
I thought he lost a couple.
What an amazing fighter.
That's awesome.
If you're looking for a vehicle, you know where to go. Fitz Auto is the place to go. Now, you can go online at fitzauto.com, or you can go in person, 8421 Stagecoach Road in Little Rock. What makes them different? What makes them special? Well, they work with you regardless of your credit history because they're their own bank. They don't have to ask anybody else. It's up to them who they work with. And they have late model, low mileage vehicles. They're going to save you money. They're going to put you in something you can be proud of. And it doesn't matter, sports car, truck, SUV, boat, RV, camper, amphibious units. They've got motorcycles, anything you could possibly want on wheels and an engine. They've got it there for you. Check them out, fitzauto.com. Start there, in there. It's where you're going to go because it's the best deal. You know, a lot of times you might not hear cool and attorney in the same line, but when I'm talking about Riggin Law, you will, because Kristen Riggin and her crew are just cool people. You know, going to an attorney can be intimidating, and you feel like you're being talked down to. They're talking in legalese, and it's scary. Not with Kristen. She's going to break it down to you just like I would, sit there and talk to you, kind of work it out and figure it out in the fair and right way. Doesn't matter if it's divorce or custody or if it's elder law. They do a lot of stuff to help out with you know, court situations where you may have a family member who's died and you've got something going into probate. Man, you don't want to argue with your siblings over that. Don't put yourself in that position. That's what Riggin Law does. They'll help you work through the probate and all of that. If you've got a custody issue, even a criminal issue, it doesn't matter. Kristen can help you. And man, they are an amazing group of people. You can give them a call, 249-1289. It's 249-1289, or just go to rigginlaw.com and tell Kristen we sent you.
Just put one in the air, feels like the right train to catch. Now I'm restless, rolling to the good time depot. Head fuzzy, barreling down the old clack tracks. I may look Arkansas, but I sure feel New Mexico. It's a dry heat combined with a wet dream. It's all deep canyons but shallow thoughts. The joe is bitter but loaded with cream. Long on stories but short on plots. Yeah, I'm taking a ride. To nowhere fast. I'm trying like hell to get to nowhere fast. Rolled it up, lit my ticket on fire. Yeah, it burns slow but works so speedy. Wanna eat something healthy right out the deep fryer. You know I love it when you say it's so mean. Hey, they say you gotta get up just to get down. Truth be told, you just gotta get right. You don't get in water because you wanna drown. And you gotta let the sun go if you wanna find a night. Yeah, I'm taking a ride on the party train. The workday grind is in the past. Don't ask me to engage my brain. I'm trying like hell to get to nowhere fast. I'm trying like hell to get to nowhere fast. Hey engineer, just a little break so I can jump down but turn up, hit the watering hole so I can partake. Add to the fun with a full cup. Can you hear that sound? It's a buzz within another buzz. I'm on my way to getting unwound. The spirit's a partner with my brain fun. Yeah, I'm taking a ride on the party train. The workday grind is in the past. Don't ask me to engage
I'm so excited to have this guest on Patrick and the People. This guy is a legend in the music industry. His name is Demola the Violinist, and he is coming to Little Rock, Arkansas on June 27th, 2025. And man, you are just kind of a legend in not only music, but in the violin community.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on your show, by the way.
Oh,
I appreciate that.
absolutely. We love to have artists who are, coming in and entertaining people, especially someone as unique as yourself. I mean, let's keep it real here, man. Violin, while an amazing instrument, not known for being something people go on the road with, typically, unless they're in an orchestra, with 500 other people over there, right? Sitting next to
You're
the
right.
timpani or whatever. Uh,
You're
but
right.
but you have managed to not only take it out on the road, but to make it hip and cool, and for people to want to come and see you. How did that happen, man?
Yeah. I'll say it's just years of hard work, it's years of consistency, and it's that fearlessness, I would say, because I'm currently, I've been independent for a
Hmm.
while, for a long while actually. I've been independent and I've been pushing my music myself, and it's kind of very daring to say, and I would say this, and I'm not trying to be conceited at all. It's daring to say, okay, I'm gonna take this music and I'm gonna give it a shot, and whoever buys tickets. If people come to see me, fine. If people don't come to see me, fine. If I lose my money, fine, because everything is my money on the line,
Right.
my status on the line, my everything on the line. And I was like, over the time, I use the social media platform, to build my audience, and this is what I'm still doing. Everybody has a phone now. Everybody sees music on your phone, news on your phone. So I was like, I want to build a following of people who really love my art and who wouldn't mind to come on, come to
Yes.
see me when I'm out in your city.
And I know you
And
have
I was
over
like,
6 million followers, man.
yes, yes, yes. Over the years, I started social media. Like I started my first Instagram page, which is still my current Instagram page. I started my Instagram, my YouTube, my Facebook, all in 2016. So next year is gonna make it 10 years. So I've been posting videos over. I still remember, like in 2017, I still had like about 2018, I still had about maybe like 5,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
Less actually. 2018, late 2018 is when things started changing and started getting viral a little. I remember when I had like, 7,000 followers. I went crazy and stuff. But to answer your question, I used my social media following, targeting my audience and telling my audience, listen, I'm going to be live in your city. And I gave it a shot in 2019, did my first concert in Houston, city where I'm actually based at. And people came out to the club and I'm like, oh, this is interesting. And then COVID hit in 2020. And then
Right.
2020, 2021, 2022, everything was, and then 2023, I was like, okay, 2022, late 2022, I was like, I'm going to try it one more time and give it a shot and see, and it happened again. So I was like, in 2023, I'm going to hit the road and I'm going to tour nationally in America. And that's how it all started. That's how it's been for me. And I'm grateful to my fans, grateful to people like you who have me on your platform to
Oh,
help me get the
absolutely.
news to more people, but that's how I was able to
So
get on the road.
during the
Or
lockdown or
COVID,
pandemic,
whatever
during
you want.
that time frame, was it good for you as far as getting more social media people? Were people following you more? You were able to connect more with them, at least in that period of time where you weren't able to go out on the road?
Yes, yes. I was able to. I was streaming. I was streaming every week. I was streaming. I was streaming my DJ. We would stream on Tuesdays and Fridays, wind downs, we do Saturdays. So I was currently. Everybody was, but it was also very competitive because everybody now was doing lives. Everybody was
Right.
on your phone. So people had the opportunity to see like a million people at the same time
Right.
because every single person was going live. Even someone who's not an artist is going live to talk to their friends. You know what I'm saying? So,
That's true.
so it was while I would say I grew. I would say I didn't grow from my lives. I grew from constant posting, so posting videos, so
Consistency.
consistency. So people were able to, I joined TikTok in 2020, just right when COVID started. Before
Right.
COVID started, a week when we started hearing the whole announcement, I was like, okay, let me join TikTok. And my videographer was like, join TikTok. It's a good platform. I joined TikTok, and that was it.
That was it. That's
So
what did it.
yeah, and in 2 months when 2-3 months when I joined TikTok, I had 100,000 followers.
That's crazy. That had to feel so surreal to you.
He was, it was. I was like, what? I've been on Instagram since 2016. I just hit 100,000 followers in December 2019, and I just joined TikTok late February, early March, and before June, I have 100,000. I was like, I'm gonna stay on this platform, and that's how it all
Right.
started. But
Well,
a lot of videos of mine were going viral, you know.
everybody was on TikTok at that time. It was, I mean, everybody was going there. If you weren't watching Tiger King, you were on TikTok. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. You're right.
So you did come at exactly the right moment. So
The
it
right
really
time.
did help. In a manner of speaking, it kind of catapulted you into that next level. Now, as far as your violin training, did you start out as a kid with a violin? Did you have parents that were musical who influenced you? Did you just go to school and pick it up? How did you become so good at violin?
Okay, I would also say this. I never. I'm from Nigeria. I was born in Nigeria, Lagos. You know, Lagos, Nigeria. I grew up. Violin wasn't a thing. I'm the forerunner who's making it a thing now in Africa, like mainstream. Um, but violin was not a thing. We call it my friends. Then I grew up in the hood, and I'm not trying to sound cliche, but we could not even afford any single instrument, not to talk of the violin.
Right.
I'm thankful because my hood wasn't far from a big church. The pastor of the church schooled in London, and he played classical music, so he loved classical music. He wanted something like that in his church, so he bought a lot of violins and bought pianos and cellos and had it in his church, and was like, anyone who wants to come to play from anywhere, come to the church and get busy. My brother joined the piano and he performed with them in concert, and he liked it. My brother would always do play soccer together, do everything together. So he wanted me to play the violin so that we could play hymns together in church. And it was
Okay.
just to get yeah, and it was just to get the girls excited and get people excited,
You're
not
just
for
going to be a
anything.
rock star like everybody
we,
else.
yeah, we were teenagers.
Right.
Actually, I started off as a teenager. So, and I was like,
By the
I
way,
don't
did
really
it
like the
work?
violin, but it worked.
Did it
You
work?
know,
Did you
I
get the
joined.
girls?
Um,
Yeah, you got the girls. Yeah, I knew you did. I knew you did, man.
However, however, though, when I joined, I actually did not want to play the violin. I wanted to play something like, the drums, bass, but the church didn't have drums. It was one of those very, conservative churches where they don't do drums and all of that and everything. So I picked up the violin, but I didn't have a teacher. And when I picked up the violin, I was like, let me teach myself. So I actually taught myself how to play songs I heard on radio and stuff. But I took music classes in grade 7, and my mommy kept my notes. My mom, she kept my notes. So when I started playing the violin, she brought my notes to me. I was like, baby, this might help you, through your rudimentary music because you did so well in music in school when you in grade 7 when you took music classes as a selective. So check it out and see. So I was able to check my tone, semitone, and all of that. And I was able to connect that to the violin. So I would play with wrong technique, wrong everything, but I was just trying to imitate the sound. But over time, I'm somebody, if I want to do something, I stay on it consistently until I get good at it. And that was what I did with the violin. I continued. And one day I started playing in church. To start with, I started playing in church. I never even played with my brother in church. I played with a couple people in church, and it became very, we started playing the hymns. The girls were excited. The church was excited. The pastor was excited. And over time, in 6 months, I got an opportunity to get drafted into the national orchestra
Oh,
in my
wow.
country. And that was it. And then I met more professional players from different parts of the world who would travel to America and travel to Nigeria to teach and perform. And I started. That's how I got into playing the violin,
So what
like
makes
big
it,
time.
I think what makes that interesting and maybe possibly what helps your unique sound is that you didn't start in the traditional way to learn violin. You
That's it.
played songs by ear. And
That's
so
it.
you improvised and you adapted and you created your own techniques, even if they were improper, right? But what that
Hmm.
meant is when later you came back around and got to doing it technique
The
wise the
right
right
way.
way, you could still be inventive and still rely back on some of the things you did that work and
Yeah,
leverage that into the traditional violin playing, right?
you're right. That was how it happened. Exactly what you said. Because I had to unlearn some stuff. And when I was unlearning some stuff, one of my mentors was like, "You have a very unique sound. I've never heard this kind of sound before. And I don't think you should lose it. I think you should incorporate it to what you're learning now." And so I sounded very much different in the orchestra. Everybody could know when Demola played. They were like, "That's Demola played," and that was it. So at a point I kind of felt bullied because I would always, different like, "Oh no, you have to play like this, you have to play like that,"
Right.
and it kind of got to a point where I was like, you know what, I don't think I fit in this, whatever, and. Over time, I started creating my own stuff. I had my own string quartets. And later, before I know what happened, one particular conductor liked my sound. I was like, hey, I want to give you an opportunity to become a soloist. Play this song. If you can play it, you're gonna play with the orchestra. 1 week.
1 week.
I learned the music. Everything was I performed it, and he changed a whole lot of stuff for me. And so that was when I was like, okay, so I'm not built to fit in. I'm built to stand out. And that was it for me. And from that moment, I already knew I was a solo violinist. Even if I had a string quartet, I was playing in the orchestra. I knew I was supposed to be taking solos. I was supposed to be lead. I was supposed to be doing all of that. But
Yeah.
I also learned the art of accompanying people and blending in. So I had to learn a lot of stuff being in orchestras, different orchestras. Like it was a fusion of everything, And that's I would say it's one of the most interesting things of my story as regards the art
I
stuff.
think it is too, because the uniqueness, the style, the technique that you use, the little things that make it different, because it's subtleties that stand out, and it's a real unique sound. Now, you do a lot of popular music. That's what kind of blew you up on TikTok, is taking like Usher and making it violin, right? I mean, taking the
Right.
hippest songs, making it a violin, and playing that and your wardrobe where you show off that I don't know what that is. Are those abs? Are those real? Or are they painted on? I don't know, man. But
Yeah, you
anyway,
want me to show you the
no,
real
no,
one?
no, you don't have to. I take.
I'm playing.
but no, I figure, you got a lot of swag, and so you come out and you're showing your swag, and you're playing these pop mainstream hits, but in translating it to your style of violin, and that's kind of what took it off, right?
Yes, that's it. That's it. Exactly how it is. Playing popular music. I remember the first time I would play in a street carnival. It was like in the hood we would have parties and stuff, and everybody's gonna be playing. And so they were always making fun of me as a teenager, like toy guitar, small guitar. That's what they call the
Right.
violin. So they call it a toy small guitar. And I was like, yo, I'll play one of the songs on radio. So I went up to the DJ and I was like, let me play this song. And he put a microphone on my violin, and I played it, and everybody was wowed. They were like, "What?
Right.
What?"
Tiny
And
guitar, huh?
yeah, and this was like people like completely tiny, and I got popular for that. I got popular. Everybody was like, "Oh, this is actually a dope thing to do. This is actually very interesting to do," and
Yeah.
and, and that's how it was that. So, like from there on, I knew that I was gonna. I already knew I love popular music. I do my own songs. I do songs from different, from Usher to Lady Gaga to Chris Brown to country music to Jelly Roll to like different people. So it just cuts across. And even in Africa, I do African music and I do Indian music. So it gets me fans from different parts of the world. Everybody can connect to the music I'm playing.
And I think that's the one other thing I wanted to mention that I see that is so unique to you. Is a lot of times you go to a show or a concert, and it might be one or even two genres. Maybe a couple genres work together. But if you come to your show, you're going to hear influences of music from all over the world. You're going to hear popular stuff. You're going to hear new sounds. You're going to hear new things incorporated that you haven't. So it's a very you know textual. It's a very experiential. It's tactile. You can feel the energy in the room from all the different cultural aspects of the music, and that, I think, creates a unique experience for your fans.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. You actually you actually put that right. Like I said, I always play to my audience. I always do that, and like I said, I do. People ask me what kind of music do I do? I do GMF, Global Music Fusion.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I take music from around the world, take music around the globe, and fuse it, and I present it to you. And I'm like, hey, this is what my music is. This is what my concert is. Whatever genre you want to pick out of it.
Yeah.
That's it pretty much.
That's it's going to be a big show, I think, for you. You're going to be at the Hall,
Yes.
and that's June 27th.
next week, Friday, exactly 1 week from now.
Yes, 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 yes. And it's going to be a heck of a show, man. Listen, if people want to follow you, you want them to go to TikTok? Where do you want them to go see you?
Oh, listen, with every platform, I'm on every platform at Demola Violinist.
Okay.
At Demola, Demola Violinist, Violinist. So Demola Violinist, you see me on TikTok. I have 1.8 million followers on TikTok. There are a lot of impersonators, so you got to look for the one that is 1.8 million. That's what you know.
You
And
have to, if you don't see the seal on the abs, you don't know it's really him.
and then, and then on and then on Facebook, the same thing at Demola Violinist. You're gonna see I'm 1.7 million followers on Facebook. On Instagram, I'm almost at 1 million at Demola Violinist. On YouTube, almost 100,000 subscribers. So at Demola Violinist, so when you go there, you see the blue check mark. The blue check mark, that's me because I say this because there are thousands, and I'm not lying, and I'm not even trying to be whatever. Thousands of pages that have created impersonating and scamming and spam
Yes.
pages, all of that, and they repost my stuff. So you just need to go over there and you see the blue check mark, and okay, this is the actual
You make
Demola
sure
because
it's
I
it's
post the message.
verified. Yeah.
It's verified. And then my music, you can stream my music on all platforms. Spotify, Apple Music, every streaming platform, and you just see Demola, Demola. You see me there. You see me with my violin
Look,
like
and
this.
I'm gonna tell you, now. You be careful showing your girl these videos now because she'll be watching him all the time now. Actually, man, he got some good jams that you could play in the evening when you're hanging out with your lady, sipping some wine and whatnot. You got
It
some
just
good.
makes it easy for you. It makes it easy for you. Like I
That's
said.
right. That's right. Hey, man, you have been honestly a joy to speak with, and I'm so glad that you're coming here. I hope I get to see you. And anytime that you're going to be in this area and you want to, talk, please let us know. We'd love to have you back on. You seem like a lot of fun, man.
I appreciate that. Hope to see you at the concert, Patrick. Hope to see you at the concert, Patrick.
All right. Thank you so much, man. Have a great day. Okay.
Thank you so much. See you guys in Little Rock next week.
Yes, sir. All right, we are back again. That's
Yes, sir.
Demola the Violinist. He'll be here the 27th. Should be a hell of a show. Hold on, I got to fix this camera real quick because that is not the angle it's supposed to be. So just bear with me a second here. Let's see if we can.
Mr. Abs himself, man. That dude.
Oh, yeah, there we
Yeah.
go. That's a little better, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, back at it. Yeah, no, man, that dude's got ridiculous abs.
Yeah.
They're stupid. Yeah, no, that's just absolutely stupid. This is an interesting story. This is out of Arkansas, and an Arkansas woman been missing for a year, more than a year, has been found. Tori Millsack, 35, last seen June 6, 2024 in Hot Springs.
Man, it's not hard to find her when she turns herself in.
Well, that is true. That is true.
Like, everybody's like, oh, we found her. It's like, no, she walked in the door of the police station and said, hey, here I am.
She kind of did. You're right. She was reported missing by her family after they hadn't heard from her in several weeks. In an update shared on Facebook on Friday, they said she had been found Thursday and was safe. She walked into a gas station in Little Rock and told the gas station employee that she had been missing. And so police were called to the scene, at which point she allegedly told them she had run away from home the previous year. Authorities confirmed her identity. She was taken into custody by the police due to an outstanding warrant in Garland County. But that's kind of wild just to show up.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, she's not that old. I mean,
No, I heard or I had read somewhere that there was some question of some possible mental
Mental health issues. Yeah.
going on that had led to it all, but yeah.
Well, God love her, man. At least she may be
I
down.
mean, hey, good news is she was found, so.
Yeah, no, that is good news. That is good news. So, are either of you guys going to travel for the holiday coming up?
Yeah, man, yeah.
Are you? Where are you going?
Probably to the gas station. The fuck?
Oh,
my
an
God.
asshole, man. I mean, just really. Just like, Man.
How was that trip to the gas station?
Right.
Chris?
Yeah.
Oh, it was
Great, man.
I hope you run over somebody else.
If
Right
you
now.
know, if the week goes real well, we might even turn right at the little fireworks stand.
Uh-oh.
We'll have to see, man.
Hit a
Big
roundabout.
spender.
Might buy some black cats.
You're right. Yeah.
Some snakes.
Some sparklers.
Sparklers. Yeah.
For $1.
The 4th of July holiday coming up. Looks like a lot of people are going out of town. AAA projects 72.2 million Americans are traveling 50 miles or more from home. That's almost 2 million more than last year and 7 million more than 2019. So the roads are going to be busy.
Have you ever flown during all that crap?
No, man.
It's insane, man.
Yeah?
It is.
Yes, man. It's
Now, I've never flown around a holiday. I
we were
wouldn't
at
want
Chicago O'Hare one year, and it was 4th of July. It was
Oh, my God.
insane, man.
Was it?
Yeah, it was crazy.
to. What, were you going to Chicago?
No, we were going to Mexico, but that was
Oh,
like
you
one of
just
our little
went through
stops.
Chicago
Yeah,
layover.
we was running through it the whole time.
Trying to get
Yeah,
to the next.
I felt like Home Alone. Like I seen the
Right.
flags and everything.
That's hilarious. A record number of people will also be flying. They expect almost 6 million to fly this year.
Too many.
That's 8% of all 4th of July travelers. Beyond planes and cars, another 4.78 million will travel by bus, train, or cruise. So where's everybody going? Orlando is the most popular destination, while Vancouver tops the list of international destinations. Rome, Paris, and London, popular cities for travel around the holiday.
Right.
Who's celebrating the 4th of July in Rome?
I mean,
I wish I was. Pretty dope, man.
I guess it would be.
That's dope.
I mean, yeah, all right. Afternoons are going to be the most congested, it says. So top destinations in the U.S., Orlando, Seattle, New York, Anchorage.
Nobody goes to Seattle.
Now, I feel
let's
the
go
same
see
way.
the rain for the holiday.
I feel the same way.
No,
Why would-
right, like,
why would you
There's
go to
no
Seattle?
way Seattle's number 2, man. That's got to be a bogus.
Why do
guess,
you want to
man.
go there? For what? The Space Needle?
Right.
I mean,
Like-
drugs?
What's the
I mean,
lure?
I don't know. Rain? I mean, that's it. The Space
Depression.
Needle.
Let's go get
Rain,
depression.
grunge music,
Right.
and drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds
And
like a
protest.
great
Don't
time.
forget protest.
Sign me up, man.
Yeah, no, it sounds great, doesn't it? Do you still shoot firecrackers on 4th
Oh,
of
hell
July?
yeah.
You do?
Oh, hell yeah.
Even with no little kids?
Oh, yeah.
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 So what do you...
Blowing shit up. Hell yeah.
He said, hell yeah. So what do you normally spend for your fireworks on 4th of
If I go with my redneck buddy, it gets crazy. But if I stay just me and the family, maybe $50-$100 or something like that. But
That's
if I
pretty
go with
good
my
amount.
redneck buddy, he gets about 5 of us all together, and we throw in $200 or $300. We have like $1,500 with the shit, and it's
So you're throwing a show.
he does. I don't do that, but when he does it big.
But you stand there and watch.
Oh yeah, I blow some shit up.
Yeah.
We get like the big, what looks like
The multi-shot cannons.
well, like the
The mortars.
mortars. That's what he
Yeah.
gets. Yeah, we were throwing them at each other one year, man.
Oh,
we were
yeah.
lighting them some bitches and throwing them at each
No, it
other.
sounds good.
Yeah, it
Sounds
gets
smart.
crazy sometimes, man.
Sounds like a good idea. Yeah. What about you? Do you and the kid, do you do the fireworks?
Oh yeah, yeah, man.
Oh, yeah,
We
he's at
usually,
that
yeah,
age.
yeah.
Yeah,
We
he's that
usually go
age.
out
You
and
got
drop
to,
a
right?
few. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try and drop a few hundred or so, and go get.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, I wouldn't care if he was. Oh, we're still gonna blow stuff
hell
up,
yeah.
man. It's
It's
fun.
always
Come
fun to blow
on.
shit up, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah. We should. It would have been. I wish we could have prepared ahead. We could have done a tactical turkey 4th of July. And
see?
And it's not
Yeah,
too late.
that's-
we
yeah,
could
it's not
really
too bad,
put
man.
Together,
Come on,
man.
You know.
Sure, we could
That would've
arrange
been fun.
something. I always try and get a whole bunch of the mortars or whatever and try and wind
Fuse
all the
them all
fuses
together. Yeah, we do
so
that
I can,
crazy
light
stuff.
like 12 fireworks off at once.
Yeah.
Try to make a mushroom cloud.
Have you ever seen anybody get hurt from a firework?
Oh hell yeah.
No, lucky.
No. Okay. What
I've
would
seen
you-
people get shot. We used to have wars, so I've seen people get shot.
Yeah.
Like hitting the head and stuff like that. I shot a kid one year in the shirt, and his shirt caught on fire.
Oh yeah.
I shot him with the what's the damn Roman candles.
Yeah.
Yeah, hit him when it
Were
hit
you
him.
grown then?
No, I was like
Oh.
15 probably.
Okay.
Grown enough not to do that shit to a little kid, but
Yeah, but that's still
it
kind of
was-
funny.
He was out there, so he was game.
No, he was in the mix, so that's what happens, right?
One time I was hanging out with a friend and was lighting off
I know you're
fireworks.
dying, bitch. Get behind something.
Get behind something.
I did experience the dog grab a firework and run around with it while the firework is lit, and that was a fun trip. Yeah,
Oh,
it was a fun scare.
Did he let it go in time or something?
What's up?
He let it go in time?
No, he ran. It was still shooting off. He held on to it, but we were all just
man.
running around going, "Drop it!" Yeah.
Do you remember the ones that used to like chase heat and stuff like that, and they would taste you? They would light them and you chase. They
were called chasers.
Yeah. And we lit one year and it went off like this and made a U-turn and came back and hit all the bag on the ground.
Yeah.
All of our fireworks on the ground.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we were running, hiding in ditches and shit.
I bet that was great.
Fun
Just
times.
it blowing up, everything's going everywhere. Is that
Yeah, it
what's going
shot up and then the U-turn and came right back at us and hit the bag and everything lit up. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, every year you see some idiot that injures themselves. But one guy, I remember from way back, blew his hand, like his fingers off.
Oh,
He had
yeah.
one in his hand. But the dumbest guy was the one, and you've seen the video probably even on TikTok. They still air it. But he put like not a Roman candle, like a giant bottle rocket in his ass.
What is wrong,
They lit
people?
it, and it burned his shit up, man.
Have you seen the viral one with that guy in the wheelchair and he lights it and they're like, back up, and he's sitting there and he can't back up fast
Is
enough?
that
Oh, yeah.
It's like a viral one every year.
Move, Terry?
Yeah,
yeah.
Move.
That's
And they're all like fire off around him. Yeah, just
Poor Terry.
I bet you that dude thought he was dead.
Yeah, no, Terry had to move.
That shit's hilarious.
That is a funny. That video has been quoted many a time.
Man, I think for at least like 5 years now, I've seen it, I think.
Did your parents? Did they celebrate the 4th real big?
Oh, man. Yeah, my neighborhood, man. Like, it would be like, from like 6 to 7 would be fireworks, and then from like 10 to 1 would be gunshots.
It's a little different.
It would go from, then you I'm like, oh, now it's changed up a little bit.
I don't remember that part of my fireworks. How about you? Did your parents? Were they into it, Rich?
I mean, we usually went out and we'd go see a fireworks show somewhere.
right.
We lived, city life up in Michigan, so it was illegal to light off any fireworks that shot into the sky, and they
Yeah.
actually, like cracked down on it. And yeah, it's
You
a
know,
different world up there,
I think
man.
in Little Rock, in the city limits,
Some
you're
ways
not
it's
supposed
illegal.
to
Yeah, but
fire.
a whole
I
lot
know,
of
but
neighborhoods
like
blow
down
shit
here,
up.
dude, when they've got a million Karens that call in,
They're
and they're
just
all
weak
just
up north,
like,
man.
if it goes later than 3:00 in the morning, call us and we'll do something.
That's some of that
Like,
northern
they don't
shit,
care.
man.
Yeah,
Like, they ain't
but up
right.
there in Michigan, oh yeah, we're right on it.
No, I think Benton came and got me one time. Somebody reported when I was shooting fireworks.
But has anybody ever really gotten a ticket? You know what I'm
No,
saying? Like,
I
they
mean,
come in, they're like, quit shooting, and then everybody, and then they start shooting again.
No,
Small town
nothing
Michigan
like
is
that.
horrible, man.
Nothing like that. At
I got detained one time in my hometown by a
For
cop.
shooting fireworks?
No, it was because I was a suspect in a pumpkin smashing.
Oh, my God.
I'm dead serious, man. Dead serious.
smashing pumpkin.
Yeah, like I was walking down the. He thought we were in trouble. Yeah. I'm dead serious. This really
That
happened.
puts a whole other meaning in my head when he says he's smashing pumpkins.
Right?
A man out in the pumpkin patch getting his jollies.
What are you in here for, boy? I'm smashing them pumpkins.
That is great. No, that's pretty solid shit. A man out here putting holes in pumpkins all over the place.
They were asking for
See
it.
them eyes? I put them eyes in there, boy.
He put a wig on it.
Oh, man.
You know that's been done by
Oh,
someone.
man.
Oh my God. So you were a suspect. In
I was a
pumpkin
sus.
smash.
Yeah, I was detained. Yeah, me and my buddy, we were like 14, and we had come just walking out of the woods of the park. We were smoking a little something, and
Smashing
like
pumpkins.
yeah, and so we're walking back to the house, and cop pulls up right alongside. We're, hey, come here, and we're like,
Pop your drawers.
well, we're thinking we're in trouble, and that they knew we were smoking,
Yeah.
and that's why we're pulled over. And he goes, I need y'all to get in the back of the car. So he detained us, and he gets on his little radio, and he's like, I'm taking 2 juveniles to the scene of the crime. And I'm like, scene of the crime? What is going, dude? We were just smoking some weed. Like, what are you
You're really-
talking about?
You're really killing my buzz right
Yeah, for real. Like, I'm
Officer
freaking
Buzz
out.
Deal.
What's going on? And I'm like, so I finally
my
asked. I said,
God.
dude, what scene of crime? What are you talking about? And he said, well, y'all matched the description of a couple of juveniles that we had a report on were smashing some pumpkins. And I was like, is this real life right now? Like, is this going on? So he took us to the scene. They had it all duct taped off with
Yeah.
the caution tape
Yeah.
and stuff.
No,
and
they didn't.
yeah, dude. Oh yeah. They went all out. All out. This
Like
is small town
Hold
Michigan,
on,
man.
CSI pumpkin pie.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, we get out
We're
of the car
we're
and
gonna break this case.
the lady, like, she came out of her house and they were like,
You're
are,
out
are
of
these
your
the two?
gourd.
And she's looking at my buddy and she's like, not him. And she looks at me and she goes, but he looks familiar. And I was like, fuck, no, God, please. And at this point, the cop's already, like, got his, he's ready to take me down.
Yeah, he's gonna
So-
chase you just because.
And she goes, aren't you the young boy that bags my groceries? And I was like, yep, yes, I am. Can I go now, please? Yeah.
Wow, man, that's
So they let us go. We weren't the ones that smashed the pumpkins.
Said-
We were.
you're out of your gourd.
We,
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's it. You can't believe that, dude, man. What is going on in that town? That
nothing.
Mayberry.
Absolutely nothing.
With the big pumpkin case, the great pumpkin of 20. God damn.
I got the pumpkin smasher.
That sounds like some Saline County shit
Oh
right
my
there.
God.
Everywhere's got a Saline County, don't they?
You want to know the really funny thing? The town name was Celine.
No, it wasn't.
I'm dead serious.
There you go. You see my point? There it is right there. You just made my point. Yeah. Wow. To the pumpkin bust.
Yeah, the great
Come
pumpkin
here,
bust.
kids. Get in the back of the car here.
Right. Had to call my parents.
Which one of you little bastards broke up this pumpkin? How many pumpkins did they smash, bro?
I don't know.
Like a billion?
It looked like there was a good amount of pumpkin pieces there.
Was it like
I mean,
a
I didn't
patch?
kill the pumpkin.
Was it like a pumpkin patch where they sold them or something?
No, it was we lived in a little condo complex.
Yeah.
And it was within the complex. It was decoration pumpkins. It was around
That's all it
Halloween,
was?
you know.
It
It
was
was
just
yeah, dude. It was just, kids were bored. Hey, let's smash this person's pumpkins.
Oh my
I've
God.
been arrested in that town.
Turned into a
like
CSI crime
Marty
scene.
Fife up in here.
man, they would have hated me when I was a kid.
No, they definitely would have hated
Man,
you.
oh my
They'd
God.
have pinned everything on you.
Shit.
You the eggplant thief too. We know you.
I don't know about smashing pumpkins, but I might have been doing some other stuff.
You was smashing something.
Dude, it was such a funny town to grow up in because
Oh,
we lived in
man.
these condos that were like $350,000 condos, whatever.
Oh.
I mean, up there. I'm not trying to brag, but I
it
say
sounded
that
like you were.
because they called
Snooty,
the area
snooty.
that I lived in the ghetto of the town. And I was like, I mean, come on now. Somebody go throw on my bulletproof vest around the.
It's like living in Vale. You're at the bottom of the mountain.
Right, yeah.
They're talking about your carving on the comment.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I bet. All right, so check this out. This is a great story. If you go in the water, you might worry about a shark.
Right.
You might worry about a snake.
Yeah.
You might worry about a snapping turtle. I tell you what, you probably never worried about a catfish.
I've seen some big ass catfish, man.
Have you? Swimmers at Lake Brombach in Bavaria got a shock when a 6.5 foot long, 198 pound catfish started biting people near the sun deck Friday.
No.
Police said the fish lunged repeatedly and wounded 5 swimmers before police arrived. When the catfish wouldn't retreat, an officer used his pistol to shoot it,
Hell yeah.
ending an hour-long ordeal. It's the largest freshwater fish in Europe. They're usually shy, but experts say they can turn territorial when people crowd their spot. Officials are now warning visitors to stay off the deck, and biologists check for other oversized fish. 198-pound catfish just out there biting people. You know,
Right.
they're freaking the hell out.
They say they're
So is this a new national holiday in the town? They're gonna have catfish days and
Can you imagine the officer pulling out the pistol and just smoking it? Someone's like, "Oh, that's good eating."
right? That's what I'm saying.
Pull
Yeah,
that thing out.
the new catfish festival.
Probably not good eating, actually. Probably tastes like
Rough as
straight
shit,
mud.
yeah.
It's probably terrible.
Ugh.
Man, I've never had anything in the water attack me.
No,
No, and I'm thankful for that. Yeah, not even at the lake. But I don't like this. My wife got mad the other day because she's like, "Well, let's go to the lake," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll go with you. I'm just not getting in.
I got bit by an eel.
I don't want to get." You got bit by an eel.
Yeah, I used
Where?
to have an eel.
Why?
I used to have a saltwater tank, and I had a
Really?
snowflake eel, and I had like these tongs, and I'd take like mussels and stuff like that on these long tongs, and I'd put it in there. He'd come up and bite it and stuff. Well, I would always go in there, and he had like this little cave made out of
Right.
like live rock he'd chill in, and I'd always be in there like moving other coral around and stuff like that. Well, one day he went around the backside of the coral, and I was moving stuff, and he came and he bit my hand.
He did?
Yeah, snowflake eel.
Man, what'd you do?
Junked my head out of the damn thing.
Did it hurt?
No, I didn't even. It didn't like even leave a mark or like a little red spot, and that's about
When
it.
we went snorkeling, there was an eel.
They're wild looking, aren't
Man,
they?
they're. I mean, they got gnarly teeth.
Yeah, and they
man.
always
They're
have their mouth open.
like a swimming possum or something. But they were taunting it to get it to come out, and I was like, that doesn't seem like
Was
a
it the
good
green
idea.
one, like the Amore?
Yeah,
Them some, yeah, them. Some
yeah,
bitches are
and
big.
they're not nice.
And they're like big.
Yeah,
Mine
no,
was
they're
like this big.
Yeah, no, these things were about
Yeah,
that big
yeah, and
around.
the
And I was
mouth.
like, I'm not playing with that.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, I'm going to swim somewhere else.
Long
y'all.
ass needle
You
teeth
have fun
and shit.
playing with that.
No,
No, I'm not trying to
I
get
had all
that.
kinds of stuff in my tank. I had a yellow lionfish,
Those are the ones with the kind of spiny
but
back.
mine was yellow.
Is it the spiny
Yeah,
back one?
yeah. They were like, I think I had two of them. They were ultra rare, high yellow.
They just end up dying, or
Yeah, I had them for like 4 years, I think, 5 years.
Yeah.
I had some wild stuff in my aquarium, man.
What happened to them?
I just got tired of doing it.
So you just let them die? or you
No,
gave
I
'em
sold
away?
everything. I sold all my stuff.
Oh, you sold them?
Yeah, I had like corals that were worth like $250, $300.
Oh, wow.
I was
You have a
selling
real
I was
setup.
fragging coral and selling it to pet stores.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wild,
Yeah.
man. You were a hustler.
Yeah.
Right?
Slinging coral by the gram.
Yeah, I'd cut little pieces of
Smoking
coral.
your slinging
I learned
coral.
how to cut it. You could cut it in certain places, and it would spawn off onto the live rock and make other stuff. Where I would take that to the pet stores and trade it for other corals, fish.
That's
They'd
cool.
buy it. Yeah,
That's
awesome,
actually pretty
man.
damn cool, man.
did
Yeah.
that for a
I
while.
would have
man.
done something like that when I was younger instead of just smashing pumpkins.
It used to be a humping pumpkins. It seems like used to be a lot of people had a fish tank. Not as many do anymore.
No, man, I love a fish tank, man. Like this.
I walked into a house probably 3 months ago, and it was like a really nice, expensive house.
Yeah.
And as soon as you walked in, they had a fish tank that was built in. That was probably 6 feet long.
Yeah.
And I was
Awesome,
like, oh,
man.
wow, man, that's
Yes.
cool, because you just don't see it anymore.
I had one that was 150 gallons, and it's called a bow front, and it was so big the pet store used to come to my house and maintenance it.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't maintenance it.
Damn.
Yeah, that's how I met my buddy Dustin. That I showed you the Marine I met.
Yeah.
That's how I met him. He used to come to my house and fix my
And
tank.
service your
Yeah,
fish tank?
Yeah. It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, no, it sounds real cool to have
That's
your
cool.
buddy come service your fish tank.
At least I wasn't smashing pumpkins.
No, that's facts, man. I mean, that's facts. All right, check out this interview, man. I'm so excited. I am here with Betty. She is the owner of T-Shirt & Co. You can go to tshirtandco.com and check out all the different shirts and the Wander Pillow and all these different products that she has available. But first, I have to tell you that I met Betty on season 22 of The Blocks. We were fellow contestants on the show.
Yes.
Very exciting. We can't tell you a lot. We can tell you we were on it. Okay. We can't tell you anything about the numbers or anything like that, right? But we can tell you that that it was a lot of fun. What was your takeaway from The Blocks?
Oh my God. My takeaway on the blocks, first of all, thank you for inviting me. Thank you
Yes.
for taking the time, your busy schedule. And yeah, the takeaway basically is like there's a long way to go. So there's a lot to learn. It's a lot of learning, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, you come back with so many ideas and you don't know how to start, but most likely it's everything, it's good. It's just that empowerment to small business owners and
Lot of
just
validation,
to
right?
continue learning.
Yeah, a lot of validation and a lot of learning.
Correct.
So it was a lot of fun. Was it hard for you sometimes? I know for me, we'd be sitting there listening to Wes talk and, you're taking notes and then all of a sudden the cameraman's right here. And they told you, don't look at the camera, and sometimes it was hard not to look, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, definitely it was hard because English is my second language, right? So even if I've been living here in the US for 14 years, there's still some words that I'm like, what is this? So,
Right.
and most likely where is those technicisms, those technical languages, words that he was using. So I'm like, what is this? So I'm Googling it, and guess what? It's time to go and
Right.
respond to all the
That's right.
questions,
Now
So
you got 15 minutes to prepare, you know. Yeah, it was a
correct.
lot of pressure, a lot of intensity, long days, long schedules, but a lot out of it. So let's talk a little bit about actually T-Shirt and Co. And what you guys do. Now, I have to tell you just a little backstory about Betty and I because we kind of bonded over the fact that I have a Latina wife. For those who are uninitiated, my wife, her mother immigrated here from Costa Rica, didn't speak a bit of English when she came here, and so it's a strong part culturally of our family altogether. So when we were talking, I was like, well, you know, we started laughing about it, and she started telling me about her shirts, and I was like, oh no, I have to have that. I mean, I'm married to a Latina. How can I not have that? So let me just show you a couple of these shirts here. This one is really funny. I believe you would call it Gringon. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So what is a Gringon? You tell them.
Yeah, gringo. It's a gringo. That's how we call the Americans in
Yes.
all the Latino community, but more chingon,
Yeah.
which means more badass. You
Right.
know that you become a gringon by hanging with the Latino culture and accepting us
Right.
and try to be cool in our environment.
Yeah.
So most
Or getting
likely
a
it's
hot
like,
Latina wife will do it for you too, right? Now
of
she sent me
course.
one other one as well, and I'm just now unpackaging it. I haven't even looked at it. I was going to leave it as a surprise. So this one is Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, which, if I'm reading that right, is what the? It's a WTF, right?
Correct. And that was inspired by my husband because my husband, he is in the military. He just recently retired.
Okay.
But my whole family, my brother-in-law, father-in-law, they served Vietnam. And my brother-in-law working for a Pentagon. So I'm like, okay, I need to have a gringo collection because I'm married. I'm not just came to this country
Hmm.
and trying to have some merchandise that relate to myself as a Latina.
Right.
So I need to like merge, just how I merge with my husband, and he's an American person, a gringo. So
Yeah.
I need to do something for our gringos. We love our gringos.
Yes. No, I think that's great. Now it's not just that at your website, though. You have so many different shirts, other products. Tell people a little bit about that.
Yeah, so most likely this brand is for people all over the world, all the Mexicans or the Latinos that have to go and start their lives in another country for work, education, name it, right?
Hmm.
So I came to this country and after some, just for work, and then I end up staying here. And after some time, I start like missing, that connection to my roots, to my culture. So I start designing my t-shirts. Just for this example, this one, it says La Jefa. So just to see something that kind of okay relates to my language or
Right.
things like that,
Right.
right?
Tell them what
So
La Jefa is because they may not know.
La Jefa is the boss. So
Yes. The
is
boss.
the girl boss. Yeah. So
Yes.
we're La Jefa. We have El Jefe, which is the boss
Yes.
too. And and most likely it's just to keep us connected with our roots, with our languages.
I
Because
noticed that on your La Jefa shirt, it looks like you've got some Dia del Muerte on there. Is that right?
yeah, Day of the Dead.
Yes.
Yeah, because the
Sugar
Day of the
skulls
Dead
and
is
whatnot.
super important or my community. So I want to have okay, La Jefa, but I'm like the Day of the Dead girl, like she's super sexy, just like a Latina is, right? So
Right. Yeah, absolutely. No, I love the sugar skulls. I think they're amazing artistic representations, and I love to see people's different interpretations of those. You know, they're always so amazing. Some of the artists out there, you know.
Correct. Yeah, and most likely, I've been selling all around the world, Switzerland, different countries where are Mexicans, are Latinos that they see my brand and they're like, "Oh, I want to have a little piece of my culture with
Yeah,
me,
I
at
think
least in
it's
my
great.
T-shirt."
I think
Yeah,
it's awesome.
and that and most likely my main market it's in the really far away from Mexico where people are like, oh, that's cool, I want to have it, I want to I want to
Yeah,
represent my culture.
that's great. That's great. Now, what else do you carry on your website besides shirts?
Okay, well, I carry bomber jackets, jean jacket that says being Mexican is my superpower.
That's
Or
great.
we have a really cool phrase that is "Viva Mexico, cabrones," which is like um, "Long live Mexico,
Yeah,
motherfucker."
right. Yeah,
so
that's
but
great.
it's kind of like a just like a language culture. That's how we call
It
ourselves.
sounds like what you've done, Betty, and I'm certain this is what you set out to do, is you've created a lifestyle brand.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
a whole brand. It's not just a shirt.
Correct.
You can
No.
get all types of apparel, and share that with your friends and your family who have some connection with the Latina culture. It's a
Yes.
beautiful thing to be able to do because now more than ever we're more infused with Latina and Latinos in our country, which is a beautiful thing, right?
Yeah, and also I have caps. You saw my cap that said
Yes,
tacos. So
yes.
everybody was confused at the show what tacos mean. I'm like, it's tacos.
It's tacos.
Like,
This is
oh,
just
I never
tacos.
seen that in a cap. I'm like, yeah, we love tacos. We love tequila. So that's
Yeah,
and then I have mugs and t-shirts that also that says I'm a tamale kind of person
that's great.
because it's like kind of merging the Latino culture with American culture, and it's something beautiful
It
because
really
sometimes
is.
people they are like, no, I'm from this part of the world and that's
Right.
it. No, we're mixed. At this point, we're all mixed, and let's celebrate that,
No, I think
right?
you couldn't be more right. I mean, I think the blending and the celebration of our cultures together is the best way to go. And
Of
I know
course.
it's been a riot for me, learning more about because I was familiar with some Latino Latin culture in general, just from school and from being around people from a Hispanic country, but not as much as when I met my wife and her mom and the family, and it was just like, oh, this is different. This is
Yeah,
different. Yeah, it's
this
different.
is a party.
It is a party, but people don't. Family is important, I think, in every culture, but it is the cornerstone of the Latin culture, without a doubt.
Yes. Yeah, you better behave because then your mama is gonna get you no matter how old you are.
Yeah, no, they will
So
grab you right on by the ear and tell you what's up.
yeah, and actually, just talking, just piggyback about embracing the cultures. I mean, you wouldn't believe, but my dad was a black Mexican,
Yeah.
and I'm Filipino. So a
Okay, so
lot of
you got Filipino, black, and Mexican. See, if you
black
didn't have
Mexican.
Filipino, I'd say Blaxican, but because you didn't, now I don't have one for just for three of them. But that's great. You got all three cultures going there.
Yeah, hence my eyes. Everybody thought I was Chinese. I'm
Oh,
like, no,
really?
Mexican.
But
Yeah.
sometimes I never thought that. But I never also thought there was Filipino. I didn't think that either because sometimes you see, depending on the region of Hispanic, it can be more have an Asian appearance at times. So I knew just listening to you talk, I was like, oh, she's Latina. There's no doubt in my mind who she is. Sounds like my wife over there.
We're
I get it.
super mixed.
Yeah.
We're super mixed.
See,
Yeah.
that's how my son, my younger son, he is half Costa Rican. He's
Yeah.
black, white, and Costa Rican, basically.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what at this point there's no point on being like, oh, I'm just from this region
Right,
of the
right.
world. I mean, we're super mixed, and if you check your ancestry, you're gonna see that man, you come from everywhere.
We all do. By this point, we're all a little diluted, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Betty,
and also what I wanted to let you know, another important design that I have in my brand is Frida Kahlo. So Frida for us is super big.
sure.
So I have like Crocs for Frida, and I have hoodies. I have pillows, Frida Kahlo pillows. So it's something that you can have at your home as well. So I
That's
have
cool.
blankets that
Yeah.
says chingon. Everything that you wanna
It's all
find in my
there,
store, you
to
can find it.
kind of tie that culture into your home and your lifestyle and your brand and everything.
Yeah, and why blankets? Because I can buy a blanket somewhere else, but I want to feel represented. So I want to feel like I'm getting a hug from home. So I'm gonna get me a chingona blanket,
Yeah,
a boss lady blanket.
why
So
not represent all the time? Ain't nothing
yeah,
wrong with that.
and all of them they have sugar skulls designs. So it's something that you can see it. I'm like, okay, I cannot be at home, I cannot be at where I come from, but I can have it close to my
And
heart.
and I'll tell you this: if you're a gringo like myself, you need to be reminded as often as possible that your wife is Latina because you might step on a landmine otherwise. You know, because they hit different. They are fiery. When they feel it, they feel it. You know what I'm saying? I know you do.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
and I mean we're spicy. For example, my
that's what I
husband,
always say. My wife is spicy. Yeah.
yeah, and my husband, he retired from the military now. He's working on Homeland Security, so
That's great.
so it's like, I mean, and I'm representing my Mexican side, so it's like
That's
it's
hilarious.
it's two worlds that are so different, but they combine and then can coexist. And
Yes.
whenever I get mad at him, I give him like a nalgada, like a slap on the butt,
Yes.
and then he's like, you are hitting a federal officer. I'm like,
You're
whatever.
assaulting an officer. That's funny. Yeah, I bet you guys do have a good time, don't you?
Oh, of course, of
That's
course.
great.
He laughs at me. He says that my accent is like Sofia Vergara. I don't know if you saw
Of
Modern
course, I know who
Family.
that is. Yes.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I
that's
didn't
how
live
he
under a
calls me.
rock, Betty. I know. Of course, I know who Sofia Vergara is. Yes.
Ah.
You do you have a strong accent,
Oh yeah,
but it is. I don't want to be insulting to your husband. It's a very attractive accent, to hear
oh
in a
thank you.
female. Probably a male too, but it's not my bag. But when I hear ladies with that accent, always it's like, oh, hello,
I
So
know.
and I think that Sofia Vergara could have thinned her accent out had she chosen to, but she
Yeah,
didn't want to. She embraced
no.
who she was and that duality of her culture.
Correct. And I don't know if you noticed, but Mexicans will never feel offended. Ever. When have you seen a Mexican being offended? Never. I mean, everything for us, it's
It's
fun.
funny, yeah.
I mean,
I have a
we,
very good friend of mine that, I did stand up comedy. I do stand up comedy, but I toured for many years. And Julio Gonzalez, he was on my show this morning with me. He was one of my tour mates. And I'll tell you what, when it comes to jokes and offensiveness, you can't find a place where he'll be offended. He has more fun. With everybody
yeah.
than anybody I know. I think that Hispanic people's sense of humor is a little more developed than others.
Yeah.
They're
For
more
example,
open. They're more open. They're accepting. It's like, look, we
yeah.
all know we're different in different ways, and we can laugh about that together.
Yes. Yeah, and that's part of our culture. And if you see on my social media, Instagram, Facebook, I post jokes. I post like things about Mexicans making fun of their own situation
Hmm.
now that things are not good with the immigration and all that stuff. Even on those times, we laugh about our
That's what
situation. And
Julio used to have a joke about, why Mexico didn't send, equipment to the war or whatever. And he was like, look, we only have one tank in the whole country and it doesn't even run. We have to push it. We're usually using it with a pinata on the end of the barrel. And just said, what are we going to do?
correct.
We'll make sandwiches.
Yeah. We make tacos. I
Yeah.
mean, you want tequila?
We
That's how
do
we can
that.
contribute to the world.
Yeah, he's pretty funny. Well, listen, Betty, this is great. So again, it's tshirtandco.com, correct?
Correct.
T-shirtandco, that's co.com. And please go see, if you've got a Latino or a Latina, a Hispanic person in your life or connected to you, go to this website and check it out because you're going to want some of this stuff. It's really fun. It's really cool. And thank you for the shirts. I'm going to proudly rock them. I'll wear them probably next week on the show.
Oh man, I will love that, and it's something super important. I ship free all over the world. No minimum
Free
required.
shipping. That's nice. No minimum, free shipping. You heard it here first. Get over to tshirtandco.com and support this small business lady who is a wonderful person and deserves your help and support.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much, Patrick.
Thank you, Betty. You have a great week, okay?
Same as well.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
All right, yeah, check out tshirtandco.com, man. Betty is a super nice lady, and I want to support her and help her out. She's got a lot of dope-ass shirts, so. All right, man. So what's got a lot of comments out there right now, man?
Yeah, man. Everybody was just talking about the tanks, and we were talking about fish tanks. Tactical Turkey said he's got a big one to get rid of. I was actually just talking to him about it because my kiddos always wanted a fish tank.
Oh, yeah?
So I was like, well, I might be able to, but that it sounds huge.
Like it's a really big, yeah.
Yeah, he was saying it's like a 150-gallon tank.
You got to
and-
have a stand for
I
that.
might,
Yeah.
I might inbox you on that, man.
Yeah. So he's got
there
that.
you go.
He's trying to- I was just scrolling through Facebook a minute ago, and I saw Eugene posted that we got World War III before we got GTA 6.
You know, man, yesterday I saw people tripping about that, posting about that, and I'm like, man, listen, I know that people get anxious, and I don't want to make light of it, but this isn't the 40s. We're not in World War III, and it's not going to be World War III. This is just, look, this stuff's been going on like this since I can remember, since I was a kid. I mean, we were in Afghanistan, we've been here, we've been there. This is not new shit.
How many world ends have you survived?
All of them. Yeah, all
I heard
of
it
them.
all the time. It's coming. The
Yeah.
days are coming.
Right.
Remember, what was the one in 1999 that?
Well, that was Y2K.
Yeah,
Y2K.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
Then you had
that
the
was
Mayan
awesome.
calendar
Yeah,
in
the Mayan
2012 that was
calendar,
going to
yeah.
end then. Yeah.
There was something recently.
Yeah, there's always another reason the world's
I was
going to
on
end.
Bill Street. Or no, I was on Bourbon Street whenever that hit for the New Year.
Oh, yeah.
It was freak-
Y2K?
Yeah, it was wild, man.
Was it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
We-
you know what happened? Nothing.
Nothing.
We did we had an old computer that used the big 5.5-inch floppy disks
Yeah.
at my house.
Yeah.
And look, we were poor, okay? We had a computer, but it was,
that one
it
wiped
wasn't
out.
the new one. That one, yeah, when it hit 2000, it reset itself back to 1960 or something.
Yeah, but because it was ancient.
It still works,
That's the kind they use in the Department of Defense still. You think I'm kidding, but I'm not, unfortunately.
My son told me the other day that he had AI, his computer, rewrite his stuff on his computer and made it faster.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, like
I
some
believe
software.
That's-
I'm starting to explore what can be done with
Like,
AI.
dude,
Dude, there's
some of
a
the stuff
lot
he tells
of
me, I'm
shit.
just like, holy shit.
No, there's
Well-
a lot more than you think you can do with
Yeah.
it.
And what there's not, you can just by talking to it and telling it no, I'm looking for this.
Yeah.
You can teach it to recognize.
You can
those
teach it
things.
how to.
It's crazy.
What you tailor it towards you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is funny though because I was trying to explain to Laura because she's all excited about the AI, so she's always asking it questions.
Yeah.
But she asks the longest questions in the world. And I'm like, yeah, you don't have to give it all the explanation. Just make it a real short question. It'll understand what you're saying because she would ask it and it wouldn't be able to answer. And I was like, yeah, but that's because you went for a minute.
Complicated. Yeah.
Just break it down simple for AI. But I was reading that a lot of people have found that Chat GPT is as good as a therapist.
Man.
Yeah.
A lot of people are using it for therapy,
Yeah.
literally.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting.
that's
I was like, that's fascinating,
Right?
really.
That's an
I
interesting
mean,
move.
it has all the information. I mean, it has every study that's ever been done, every bit of information out
Has
there.
yours
I mean,
talk to you, ask you what your interests are and stuff like that?
as mine?
Yeah,
no,
you
it
don't have
hasn't
any-
asked me shit.
Man, I think it's on my.
What does it just jump up and start asking you?
Yeah,
stuff?
my phone is Google. It's that
Oh, Gemini?
Gemini.
Yeah.
It prompts me sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird, man. Like I was cussing the other day in the
Oh, I
car,
thought you were
and they
mad.
thought I was upset, and it's like, "Can we talk this out?" I'm mad because I forgot my damn wallet, man. Leave me alone.
Hold on, it said, can we talk this
Yeah,
out?
because I jumped back in the car and I
How
was like,
did that make you feel a little type of way?
yeah, because I was like, shit, I forgot my wallet, and I heard my phone go ding, and it was like, we can talk this out.
We
I'm
can
like,
talk.
bitch, why don't you mind your business?
Man. And it was my phone over there. It was lit up, said Gemini. I was like, nah, man, we ain't going there.
No, mind your business.
AI's calling 911, telling them we've got a
Right.
guy that has a
Yeah.
problem here. He's
We got
about to
a road
jump.
rage.
He
Right.
lost his wallet. He's about to lose his shit.
That's what's going to happen at some point. Isn't it?
Right.
Man,
Yeah,
they're
be
gonna hear
like,
you yelling
yeah.
at your wife. Oh, call the police. He's finna go look at you.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Let's see what all we got
Crystal
here.
Ann said, if tactical or if you don't want the tank, she needs it bad. She has
you
3
go.
turtles and they ain't
Oh
little.
man.
Oh, okay.
That gets
You get the
nasty.
turtles.
Yeah,
man.
she said she has 3 aquatic turtles.
Oh, they're aquatic even.
and
Okay.
they're so hard to keep up the tank
Man,
and
it
scrub
is.
their shells.
I
to
bet
keep
it
them
is.
clean.
Man,
It's
we used
just
to get a
lot.
turtle every year when we come home from Florida. So we had like about 5 of them at one time, and man, they're so nasty. I feel you, girl. That's horrible trying to take.
No, I'd catch box turtles and paint something on them and let them go again.
That's horrible.
Well, painting on the shell, not
It
on their
sucks
body.
into their body though, man.
Well,
You're
I
not
didn't
supposed to
know
do
that. I didn't know. I was a kid, man. Shit, man.
I saw this story the other day about this like 300-year-old tortoise or whatever.
Oh yeah.
That he retired. He was a sex-addicted tortoise, and he's retired now because he's fathered over like 800 kids and saved his species from extinction.
Wow, you
800.
go,
Yeah,
turtle.
dude. And I was
He
like,
saved
dang,
his
man, I
turtle
retired
from
after
extinction.
one. 800, Jesus.
I mean, that dude got around for a couple.
Man, Skeet. His name should be Skeet.
I mean, where was he?
Skeet the
I
turtle.
want to know where he found all the turtle bitches.
Right?
I thought
Like,
they
did
were
he-
slow, man. He had to be moving to hit that. He was
I mean,
knocking
are
them
they
down,
just coming
man.
to him or what? Like
just-
they were all lined up.
Yeah,
He
they
had
were-
a harem, a turtle
He's
harem.
He's the Bonnie Blue of turtles.
Something like that. Good morning to Julio. Good morning, Jay. Good morning, Crystal. Man, everybody's in here
Maxwell says he
today.
still has the Can-Am for sale, too.
Oh, that's right. He does, doesn't he?
That new one is sick.
I feel like I'm returning back to my swap shop roots here.
Right,
Right.
right. Brandon said, I did that with a betta fish when I was little. I didn't know they can breathe air.
Beta fish are kind of cool.
Did what?
I'm not sure
I don't know.
what he was
You do
talking
with a
about there.
betta fish?
Said, I thought he was hungry. I guess he gave him something. I don't know. Maybe he gave him a cigarette.
We used to put mirrors in there and piss them off. The beta fish.
Oh, because they
they
try to
think it's
fight
another
it.
beta fish and they'd flare up, turn colors and shit.
Cats will do that shit.
I've never messed with cats.
Yeah, cats, if
Will
they
they
see a cat in a mirror,
smack the
they'll
mirror and
freak out.
stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Some dogs will, not all of them. My dog, my dog acts like she can't even see the mirror, can't see the TV.
Mine looks at itself in the mirror. He just sits there and
If I try to show my dog the phone, she'll look away. She won't even look at the phone. If she thinks you're taking a picture, she'll walk away.
mine know when it is when I'm on my phone, he'll come up to me and start pawing my hand and hitting my phone. Like,
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Get off your damn phone and pay me attention.
Throw
Yeah.
a ball.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, that is wild.
I always like to go on YouTube on the phone when the dog's around and put on like the dog noises and see how it'll react.
He always
Yeah, I do
turns
that
his
to my
head.
dog. Yeah, sometimes
Yeah, watch
it
them
works.
tilt their head or
Like,
the
what the
doorbell
hell?
and yeah.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
Is that my relative?
Check this out. This is over in Austin, Texas. And the burgeoning self-driving taxi industry.
I like the fair price.
Yeah, signed on a new player this weekend. Tesla debuted its robo-taxi, the Cybercab, in Austin. And he said that all robo-taxi launch began in Austin on Sunday afternoon. Customers pay a $4.20 flat fee.
There's got to be something up with that number.
$4.20?
I mean,
Yeah,
come
of
on,
course
man.
there is.
Yeah.
The company will operate invite-only robotaxi rides operated by a few Model Ys within a geo-fenced area of Austin during launch. There'll be safety monitors with the vehicles. And, so, yeah, I mean, this robotaxis, it's real now, baby.
That's
It
wild.
is, but how long until I've already seen the videos where like in California with like the Wayfair ones and the guy's stuck in the car and the car's just sitting there doing circles in a
yeah.
parking
That's
lot.
insane.
They gotta
Yeah.
call customer service and
I guess every once in a while something can go wrong. You just don't want to be in it when it
Can
does.
you picture that, though? Like when we were just turning 21 and stuff like that, that they had that
Hell
kind of-
no.
Oh, my God. Did we have
No,
too
I'd have
much
lost
fun.
my. If you tell me that a car is going to pull up without a driver and take me somewhere,
Right, but no, but like you could go out to the cowboy, you could get shitty, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Like
yeah.
you could kick it and like
Yeah.
you got to ride home.
Right.
Yeah, no,
That's awesome, man.
That is awesome, actually. I think it's actually great.
That's
Yeah.
really
$4.20.
Yeah, man, 420.
Right, why
Yeah.
not?
Get a little 420 on the way.
I said eventually. I thought that if you did own a vehicle, that with self-driving vehicles, that eventually meat sacks won't be allowed to drive. We're not.
No,
We're not right, we're not safe, yeah.
So eventually, vehicle's shape will change.
I don't wanna do
because
that.
you won't need a cool vehicle on the outside. You'll want it to look cool on the inside.
Right.
You'll want it to have like a living room, bedroom setup.
I love driving.
Well, you,
How many
you're not
times you
gonna
think you're
drive
gonna get in
forever,
that
Chad.
car?
Well, I know, but I'm just saying,
They're
like,
gonna stop you.
I love driving. I love shifting cars. Like, I
Yeah.
just love, I don't know.
Right.
Like, I'm not looking forward to that part.
Yeah. No, you don't want to give up that.
I like
I don't
like
either.
it being a option. I don't want it to be the only option.
I think a lot of people, the younger people, would look forward to it. I think the older people are like, hell no, that's my independence.
A lot of these younger kids are like these faster, like these muscle cars and stuff. Like,
Do they?
yeah, it's still a thing, man.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I know a lot of people are waiting.
Oh,
longer to
a lot
drive.
of like the tech stuff too. But I mean, the Hemis and stuff, they're bringing them back for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody liked that
I
electric.
wish they'd bring the Trans Am back.
Man,
Yeah.
I wish they'd bring back a lot of them old cool.
And I wish they'd make a damn fine Chevelle like that.
It's just fixing.
If they
or
made
new
a
Grand National or something. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
be a Grand
Yes.
National. But a
Ooh.
Chevelle would be a hot
Chevelle
one,
would
man.
be nice.
Man, if you did it right.
When's the last time they had a Chevelle out in the 70s?
Well, I mean, the 70s, really.
Yeah.
You had the Malibu, but that's not the same.
That's not the
Yeah,
same,
not
no.
the same.
Brandon's calling you out in chat, man.
What's he saying?
He said you love shifting cars. You drive it automatic.
Because I had to hurt my shoulder. It's not
But
my
you got a
fault.
paddle shifter, don't
Yeah,
you?
I got a paddle shifter though, bro.
I'll remind you, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah. Have you ever been struck by lightning? Probably not. But some interesting statistics about it. The
Sure,
average.
tactical, because you can tell us all about it.
Yeah. Well, that's what had me looking at this.
Yeah.
Because he got matter of fact, I
man.
should go back and tell people that Tactical Turkey got hit by some lightning,
That
or at
is
least
wild,
peripherally.
Right.
And they had to drag him to the hospital to make sure that he didn't become a superhero or something.
That is insane, man.
But the average number of deaths reported annually, 27 from lightning.
From lightning strikes, yeah.
Number of injuries, 270. The odds of being struck in a given year, 1 in 1.2 million.
Yeah.
Tactical Turkey, you
There
need
you
to
go,
go
man.
do some lottery.
Yeah,
Right?
lottery. Odds of being struck in your lifetime, 1 in 15,000.
Damn.
Yeah. Odds you'll be affected by someone struck, 10 people for every one struck. So 1 out of 1,530.
Affected.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what that exactly
Yeah.
means.
How do you
Maybe
get
you're-
affected by
Well,
somebody
maybe
with
they
lightning?
can't get
like,
it up anymore.
Like,
I don't
oh,
know,
I got
man.
you.
I'm not sure, Rich. I haven't unpacked that.
I mean, I was just like
It's a great
affected.
question,
Like
but-
I've never, whatever. I'm just
From two-
like what they come up and every time they shake your hand, you get shocked from them or something.
I-
Like, man, did you have to go get lightning struck? It's annoying, man. Every time I shake your hand, I get a shock.
maybe
Jeez.
maybe they short out your
I'm
TV.
affected, right?
Might short out your TV. From 2006 to 2021, there were 444 lightning strike deaths in the U.S. Males are 4 times more likely than females to be struck. You know why? Because we're the
Because
dumbasses
lightning
outside.
sexist. Yeah, yeah, that's true.
No, we're the idiots outside. Yeah.
Look at this storm coming in.
The average age of a person struck by lightning, 37.
Oh well, hey, that's right there with tactical.
Yeah, tactical. You're right on time.
Right, man.
About a third of lightning injuries do occur indoors. Some other statistics on it. On average, lightning strikes result in 240,000 fatalities around the world per year.
Damn.
They cause a significant number of injuries. Estimates range from 24 to 240,000.
Dang.
Outdoor activities often put young adults and kids at higher risk. We knew that. Geographically, regions with the highest incidence of lightning strikes are Africa, Asia, Central, and South America. So, yeah, Andy really is lucky, isn't
Right.
he? He really does need to go to the casino.
Mitchell said secretly he turned into the country boy version of the Flash.
Yeah. What is that?
The Flash?
The country boy version. That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Oh, either.
I want to know what that is. He can get the moonshine done real fast.
Right.
What does that even mean? I don't even know what that means, man. I don't even know.
Tactical said he's 38, and he said, this is such BS.
What is? What's
They were talking about him, and then, yeah.
what's the craziest injury you've ever seen somebody get in person, man? I know you've seen some, Chad. What's a gruesome one you saw?
I seen somebody get shot one time.
Did you really?
Yeah. I seen
With what?
a buddy of mine got shot right there where Hardee's is at the drive-through. It was the end of the world Greek show.
Yeah.
We used to have that in Conway, and some shit popped off, and he got shot like right there. And I remember like when the police was moving us, they moved us right past him, and I could see him on the ground like bleeding and shit.
Hold on, he was on the ground.
Yeah, like he was shot.
Damn.
Yeah.
So what happened to him?
He's all right. He's in prison now, but
Yeah, right.
he committed murder later on. But yeah, he got shot that day.
Yeah, well, it just sounds like that he
Same.
might have had it
Yeah.
coming. I don't know. I can't say that for sure, but
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
What about you, man?
I was trying to think of the like most gruesome injury I've seen somebody get. I don't know
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I've seen some
Nothing
gnarly
in
car
Can't-
wrecks.
yeah, I can't think of anything. I mean, lots of car wrecks,
Like just
but
driving
I saw
fast.
a dude nail his hand to a board.
yeah.
With a nail gun.
Oh,
Damn.
That was pretty brutal.
yeah.
Yeah. I just
Pretty
looked
rough.
at it and went, oh, shit.
Oh,
I
man,
remember
that's gotta hurt.
I was
Hell
little.
yeah.
We went fishing, and my brother went back like this and caught
Oh,
right here.
That's pretty rough.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. That
Now,
was pretty gnarly.
I have many times caught myself with the hook, but never in the eye.
Like right.
No,
there, man.
no. I bet he.
I was at the shop one night, and probably my second year in. I used to work kind of late, and these two drunk dudes come in from the river, and they both had 14 gauge hooks in their eyes, and they both pierced each other's eyebrows with fucking, catfish hooks.
What
They're like,
idiots.
can you take this out and put some jewelry in? I was like, hell no.
You know that's barbed. If you pull that out, it's going to rip you.
You
Right.
got to go
You have
barbed,
to-
or you got to go the looped in with, you know what I'm saying? Like
Well,
you
you're
take
going to have
the-
to cut it.
Oh.
You got to get
Yeah,
some
that's
wire
only, yeah,
pliers
that's
and
the
cut
only
that
that's the
shit,
only
man.
good ending. It's a
What
cut.
an idiot.
Yeah.
Makes me cringe
I used to
hearing
get some
about it.
wild stuff when I
What were
started
they-
late, man.
Were they on crack? or
That's why I
something?
quit staying at the shop late, because like
No, if that's what shows up, I wouldn't stay
it
either.
gets wild, man.
I mean, that's some
Conway's
real
got
idiots
some
for you.
crazy people in it, man.
Wow.
Some
That's-
wild.
No, I hadn't seen that. I was trying to think of what else I'd seen that was a pretty bad injury.
Brandon said someone breaking a kneecap.
Oh, yeah.
Bad, yeah.
Yeah, that's
man.
bad. Depending, sometimes you see the injuries on TV where someone breaks a bone and it comes
Right, and it
out,
kinda
but I've-
sticks
Oh, like
out,
on
but even that
or
side-
basketball, I've seen some of them people like snap
Floppy
their
foot.
legs. Yeah, and they just showed the instant
The
replay,
foot
and they're like,
just
oh,
doing
"We're not
this.
going to show it," but they already did.
Yeah, no. They
Oh
don't.
God!
Yeah, no, that floppy foot thing freaks me out too. Absolutely.
They're already showing Halliburton from last night, like the slow motion of his ankle, or his where it pops.
Oh, yeah.
You can see it, like when he stretches out, you can see it go pow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's bad.
damn, that hurt, man.
Yeah, no, that sucks, man, because that's an injury that's very difficult to come back
yeah, he
from,
probably
to be honest.
be out all next year for that.
He's going to be out at least half of the year, I bet.
Yeah.
What Tasha say?
I cut my finger to the bone and had to get
Oof.
stitches.
That's
The
pretty bad.
stitches hurt worse than the damn cut, man, because they got to go in with the needle and go pow, 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 pow. I'd
Well-
rather just.
Little doggy said he put his hand through the printing press and it pulled his fingernail out by the root.
Oh,
That had to hurt pretty bad, I'm going to be
shit,
honest with
man.
you. What's Tactical Turkey saying there?
Had a rough life. A broken arm, a rock crusher.
Broken arm and a rock crusher.
Yeah, that
oh
just-
my God.
like
I bet
how?
that hurt like
Lightning
hell.
struck.
Damn.
Yeah, you may
Damn,
should stay
dude.
inside.
Man, you might want to like live in a bubble or something.
Yeah,
dude. Like,
you
Damn.
should stay inside. You should tape.
I'm not
tape.
riding on your side by side no
right,
more.
for real.
You should duct tape pillows to yourself or
I
something.
thought we were in safe hands around
Wow,
Tactical, man. Now we gotta
Holy
worry.
shit, dude.
Get
Yeah, no,
struck by
that's-
lightning.
Start
that's-
calling
yeah.
him, I'm gonna start calling him Bone Crusher.
Yeah, I did. I cut the end of my finger off with a saw. That was not a good time.
Oh no,
was
that
definitely
I
not
can't
a
believe
good
it
time.
grew back in amphibian.
It did
That's
too.
some weird
I know
shit,
it is
man.
some weird. When the doctor told me, I did, man, listen, are you crazy, man?
That's wild.
I'm not a lizard, bro. But if
My
you do
uncle
it
cut
above
his
the
toe
first
off. It
knuckle-
never grew back.
No, those don't come back, bro. There's no coming back on a toe.
Did y'all
They
hear?
were saying he couldn't walk. They were like, "Well, he might not be able to walk." I was like, "Well, it's just a toe," but I guess
Balance.
it's a balance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have
Yeah.
y'all heard about this crazy thing going on? I guess it was yesterday in Bryant, where police found
Yes.
yeah, the woman and her
Man,
like
that's sad.
in-laws.
Yeah, so it
like
was
3 people. Wasn't
It
it?
was the sister and the parents. It was the brother that did it.
It's crazy.
The husband came home and found it.
Okay, I was trying because
Yeah.
I'm reading it and it
Yeah,
says that he
people-
came home from work and then it said so and so is listed and
Laura
I'm like,
knew-
who's
Laura
this
knew-
person?
Knows and knew
Oh,
him.
shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
For real, because she was like, "Oh my God, I know him." I was like, "What?"
That's
And
crazy.
yeah, I guess from the neighborhood, but I don't know what happened. But the husband came home, and I think everybody in the first story thought maybe the husband did it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But no,
you know?
it was the brother that came and did it. So I don't know what
Damn.
popped off, why it popped off, or anything right now. But
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Especially you don't see a lot of that in Bryant.
And it's
Right.
in the neighborhood. It wasn't no kind of
No.
like it was a legit little neighborhood, man.
Yeah, no, dude just rolled up in there and smoked his sister and his parents. I mean, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if I guess he got arrested. I mean,
Yeah, they said
They
that he
said
was
I had a
arrested,
person of
yeah.
interest last night when
yeah,
I seen it, but I didn't know it's the
You would
brother.
think you would smoke yourself too.
That's what I thought it was when it said that many people. I was like, well, it's a murder suicide.
Yeah,
But then they said they had an interest person or something.
Right.
So I'm like, oh.
That's what I heard. That's why I was thinking it was the husband too, and then later on in the story it said so and so, and I'm like, okay, but it didn't list the husband's name.
Right.
Is that the husband
Yeah.
or what?
yeah,
but
right.
no, okay, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
he is in custody. I mean, he's in custody.
Man, that is wild.
Yeah.
That is wild. Tasha said, as a child, I was pushed down the stairs in my Flintstones Barbie car and broke my arm. Had to get pins in my arm. Damn.
Jeez.
That's who pushed you down the? Was it your brother that did that?
Take this
Sibling
ride.
rivalry,
Take
right?
this little ride, little girl.
Little doggy said flipped the truck 3 times and was crushed. Yeah,
Oh,
Mike,
man.
that didn't feel
Been
good.
there, done that.
Yeah, no, it's
You ever flipped a vehicle?
no.
That is the wildest
You did?
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah?
That is some wild shit,
Really?
man.
Where did you flip a vehicle?
My donor was drunk.
Oh,
And we were leaving this lawyer's house in Conway. I can't say his name. He died though. But they fixed up everything so my dad wouldn't get in trouble though.
yeah.
Yeah.
What I mean, how many times? Where were you?
we
How many
rode
times did it
rode
flip?
4 times out there on Rolling Hills.
What did he just take a curve? To?
Yeah, we took it too damn fast. He was in a brand new when them S10 Blazers first came out. in,
Oh,
the
yeah.
90s. Yeah, we rode that son of a bitch, man. I just
4
remember
times.
seeing grass at the top of the windshield and just a bunch of just
How old were you?
10-ish, maybe 13, somewhere.
Were you pretty disoriented?
Oh,
after?
hell yeah, man. And then he was like, get up. And we had to get up and run back to the lawyer's house. And they're like, all right. The cops are kind of like, all right, you go hide in this room. It was all kinds of craziness.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tasha said it was her neighbor.
Oh,
the girl
man.
was jealous because she had the car and she didn't. Man, what a little bitch.
Seriously.
What did
Trying
you-
to get killed over
Did
a
you
car.
retaliate?
I would have done the drive by my little Barbie.
Yeah.
Remember
The
me,
power
bitch?
power wheels drive by with the squirt guy.
Remember me, hoe?
That's great. Mike said the truck was spinning around me and my brother, and we kind of hung in the air until we
Yeah.
hit the truck, and then we went flying,
Yeah.
all in slow mo.
Man, it is. It's all in slow mo. Like you see stuff flying in your like in front of your face. It's all slow mo.
Yeah. Bundy said, "Ha ha, Frank Shaw gonna come haunt you, Chad."
It was not Frank Shaw. I promise. I knew somebody would think it was him, but it was another one just like him.
Okay.
He's well known.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I've not ever had a car flip over on me or
That's
anything
some wild
like that.
shit, man.
Never.
Yeah.
Especially
I've
when your
been-
donor's telling you to run.
Run, man, run.
What that? Like, no, we're supposed to wait for the police. No, run.
No, they're not waiting today. All right. Check this out. This is we've got one more interview today, and this is a great one. You're going to love it. So check out Marissa here. She is,
Marissa.
yeah, man, it's a really good interview. Hold on. I'm very excited. I'm here with Marissa Neira. She owns the company Neira, as you can imagine, and she is a recruiting type company. And tell us a little bit more about your company and what's going on with you.
Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate that introduction. So, my company specializes in culture fit recruiting, and I've partnered with John Bime, which is a recruiting platform kind of built around that concept.
Okay.
And so, what we aim to do is match people not just based on checking boxes with skills and experience, but by culture fit, placing them with companies where they really enjoy going to work, they thrive in the environment, and they're surrounded by people who make them better, and they're also contributing from day one.
So you're talking about not just matching up someone's skill set to the job requirement. You're talking about actually trying to align the core and cultural values of that company to that person, so that when they come in, they feel like they're at home already.
Exactly. Yes.
That's
nailed
pretty
it.
amazing. How do you go about that?
Well, we have a number of ways that we kind of investigate the culture first. We have really deep discovery calls with our clients first and foremost, we want to make sure that we're working with businesses that align with our core values and that they actually do have an existing strong culture. So if they tell us that their culture is, they have a foosball table in the break room and they do a pizza party every other month, that's not exactly what we're looking for.
Okay.
So the first step, yeah, I mean, those things are great. We love that. And that can be a core tenet of their business, right? That they like to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
But we really like to dive deep with the companies first and truly understand the business and the type of person that they're looking for to catalyze growth, right? And then after that, we go out and we find those people. And so we like to say we lead with data, depth, and heart. So we have over 200 different assessments at our disposal. We'll also customize that if a business uses like the culture index. We'll hand that out as well. And then we have them build a profile on our platform. It gives us a 360-degree
Sorry
view.
about that.
That's okay.
So they build a profile on your platform.
Yes. And so the way it's designed, we don't ask the typical questions you would expect. It's not just them regurgitating their resume.
Right.
There is a tab on there that includes their resume,
Yeah.
but these are really those deeper get to know you questions.
Okay.
And so in combination with us meeting with them a few times, their profile, the assessments, we really get a feel for who they are, what they're looking for, and then we match them accordingly.
So much fuller on each side of the equation to really match them up in a better means.
Yes.
That's great. So
you.
let me ask you, if someone wants to find you guys, what website do they go to find you? Or do you use
find
social
me-
media, website? What's the way to go about getting to you?
Yeah, so I have a big presence on LinkedIn, Marissa Neira, and Neira is spelled N as in Nancy, Eira.
Mm-hmm.
You can also find me on Instagram, and that's at neira.tm, T as in Tom, M as in Mary. And then the job combine that I use, it's called Jombine. That can be found at www.jombine.com.
Okay, and that's JOMBINE, just like combine, like
Exactly,
the
yeah.
football combine, right?
That's the entire premise that it's based off of. So we have a little fun with that. We infuse sports into it.
That's great.
And we even provide like scorecards. And so you kind of feel like you're going through the combine. So a lot of our candidates who are former athletes really appreciate that.
I bet they do. That's amazing. So now, what I didn't tell people when you first came on is that you were also a contestant on The Blocks.
Yes.
So tell us about, how did you enjoy the Blocks experience? Has it benefited you? Do you see benefits from it?
Yeah, so I went into the Blocks with the mindset I want to meet great people, other entrepreneurs who share my values and my passion for business. And so with that in mind, I went in there, tried to make as many connections as possible. And I really feel like I won the game, even though I wasn't the overall winner, because I met so many great people. And I think that there was such a amazing energy with the group of people that we had that it made everything that I'm working toward feel a lot more possible, because I was in the same room with people who are dreamers, who are motivated, who are making things happen. So I really loved it. It definitely took me out of my comfort zone. I don't know about you. You talk to people a lot. I'm not really giving performances on the daily. It's usually more one-on-one. So that was a fun adventure for me for sure.
Yeah, I felt like going in, I did have that advantage. There were many advantages people had over me for sure. But my advantage was I was accustomed to public speaking and telling stories and talking about whatever's going on. So that was a pretty easy transition for me. But there were many other things that you had to have as well to go with that to make that work. So it was a great experience. But it sounds like for you, the networking was the most valuable experience that you had there. Would that be fair to say?
Totally fair to say. And as a mom of 3, I run my business from my home. So I'm not getting out as much as I used to. I'm really focused on my priorities at home. Even though I am super business focused, the networking piece is probably the hardest thing for me. So I felt like this was a great opportunity to, get out there and meet more people.
Yeah. So now are you in the process of expanding your business still?
Yes, yeah. I would say we're in a rapid growth phase. And so right now I'm doing all of the hiring, all of the, recruiting, everything is done by me. And then I work with a team of agents.
Hmm.
As we continue to onboard more clients, I'm looking to potentially duplicate myself or delegate a little bit just so that we can serve more people. So I'm definitely very excited about that.
Yeah, I bet you are. To get more people, maybe get yourself a little more time and be able to do more of the administrative figurehead type stuff, right?
More of the bigger picture, the strategic partnerships,
Yeah.
really providing an opportunity for someone to come in and take their recruiting career to the next level excites me.
Yeah, I could see that, where you kind of become the face of the company, you're the PR factor of the company, you're out meeting and greeting, kissing babies, doing all the things that we as entrepreneurs have to do to succeed, right?
Yes.
What's been your greatest challenge so far?
Greatest challenge. That's a good one. I think it is. So I spent a good chunk of time in corporate America and mostly dealing with national accounts, larger organizations. And so all of the processes, procedures were very outlined. I knew what to expect day to day. Nothing really caught me by surprise. There wasn't a ton of ambiguity except for, contractually, and I
Mm.
was trained to do that. I think, running my own business and not knowing exactly who I'll be working with, going out and finding new business, and just getting used to that day to day, everything's different. That has been probably the biggest challenge for me, adjusting to that.
I could see that. I could see it. It is a lot, especially as an entrepreneur that wears so many hats and has to do so many things. I mean, you, as they say, shift gears early and often, right?
Mhm.
So let's talk just a little bit more about how you strategically match people with the right place. So
Okay.
let's use me as an example. Okay, so I do have 20 years in broadcast and I've done a lot of that. But what some people would may not know is that I spent 25 years in sales management and sales with Fortune 500 companies. So I have a pretty extensive resume of sales and management, large group and small group management. Also, pretty experienced in HR, and then obviously I have marketing, broadcast, and entrepreneurial skills. So what? How would you take someone like me and put me with the right place?
Yeah, that's a great question. You're really like the Pat of all trades, it sounds like.
Master of none, I assure you.
Love it. Well, first I would start with what your goals are professionally
Mhm,
and, where you see yourself, like your 5-year plan. That's
mhm.
where I would start. Where do you want to be in a few years and what really fills your cup? Obviously, you have experience in a number of different capacities, but what's the thing that gets you out of bed every morning and
Mhm.
what are the type of people that you love being around that kind of, set you on fire and excite you day to day?
Right, and that's the perfect question because I would tell you that if you stripped it all down to
Mhm.
what I love the most, besides just talking to people, because I do love that.
Mhm.
It's creative branding and marketing, and creative branding and marketing really is the bag and writing. Any type of writing that I can do, I'll do that too. So that's really where I come down. So if
Yeah,
and so you would probably try to help me find something more in that vein to utilize all my skills if that was the direction I really wanted to go. Is that right?
exactly. Yes. Something that is kind of the culmination of where you've been that will take you to where you're going
Mhm.
while, igniting that passion.
And it sounds like just listening to you talk, and don't let me put words in your mouth, but it sounds like you don't just want to help recruit someone to a position, but you really want to help steer the ship for them so they can go all the way to where the port is they want to be.
100%. I'm a big believer in vocation. And so that drives every placement that I make. I'm not just looking to fill a seat. I'm not really concerned. A lot of recruiters are paid a percentage based on the salary amount.
Hmm.
I charge a flat rate, so it doesn't make a difference where I'm placing you. I want to make sure it's the best placement, not only for you, but for the company.
Man, it sounds like a very personal concierge type service that you've got, something that I
It
think
is.
particularly with somebody who feels like they have more skills than show up on a typical resume, the intangibles, it sounds like that those type of people would be really wise to reach out to someone such as yourself versus just filling out applications or submitting resumes, because it seems like there's so much more involved in so many ways to make that better for them.
Yeah, I found often the best candidate is not the best candidate on paper. And so I'm really great at showcasing those intangibles and really presenting the person instead of just, someone that checks a few boxes but won't actually be there for the long haul.
That is great. That is great. Well, tell people again, if they want to reach out to you, if they want to talk to you and say, "Hey, can you help my puzzle piece fit somewhere?" How would they go about getting to you?
Well, email's another great way. So I'll give out my email. It's my last name. It is in Nancy, EIRA .htx, which stands for Houston, Texas, at gmail.com.
Okay. All right. Neira at, .htx at gmail.com. Is that right?
You got it.
All right.
Yes.
It's real simple. Reach out to Marissa and say, "Hey, listen, I got an unusual puzzle piece here. I'm trying to fit it into something, and maybe you can help me out with this and help me get the best career I can."
Yeah. And even if I don't have a client to match them with in that moment, if we put you in the combine, it gives you visibility with all of our clients, so present and future. So there's that potential for someone to tap you on the shoulder for an opportunity. And I'm also involved in individual candidate work, so resume writing, LinkedIn optimization, career mapping,
So you
something that I'm passionate about.
Yeah, so you could take someone who has just a jumble up bunch of stuff they've done in their life, a bunch of
Mhm.
skills that may or may not easily translate on paper. You can
Yeah.
help them put together a strategy, a proper resume that really showcases them the right way, not the old school type resume, and
Mhm.
and an overall better perspective of what they're seeking. Is that right?
Yes, I've worked with candidates who have been on the hunt for a job for well over a year, and very quickly we've been able to turn that around and find them a job.
That's
So,
amazing. That's amazing. Well,
yeah, it's
listen,
very rewarding.
thank you so much for coming on. I hope that in the future, as you guys continue to grow and expand, you'll come back and tell us the new things that you're doing as well.
I would love to.
Yeah, always great to have a fellow Bloxer on here.
Yes.
It's great fun to have you, and y'all reach out to her and let's see if she can help you out. Okay. All right.
Love it. Thank you so much for having me, Patrick. I appreciate it.
It's an honor to have you. I'll see you soon. Okay.
See you soon.
All right. Have a
Thanks.
good one.
You-
All right, we are back. So on our wheel, apparently we wanted to spin the wheel, but we're missing the little arrow thing, so we got to find it.
Yeah.
Sounds
man.
like sabotage to me, man.
All right.
I
I'm
did not
telling
do
you.
it. I swear to God, I did not do it.
So happens before we can even use it. Oh, it's broken. We can't do it anymore.
Before we go, you had a story I'd meant to bring in and forgotten. I'm so glad you mentioned it.
Yeah, I was just out there on break. I was scrolling through, and it said engineers have built a headset that can record dreams during sleep, and then you can play them back like later to watch. Like a little movie,
Right.
of whatever you dreamt about. So
How can they even see what's in there? That's my question. Is I don't understand. How are they translating what's in my brain?
So it says using tools like EEG and fMRI. I don't know what that is. These systems track neural signals, which are then processed with AI and the machine learning to reconstruct the visual content of dreams.
This sounds like a very bad idea, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I mean,
Says it's still in its early stages, but some studies have successfully generated blurry images or vague patterns
okay.
based
Well,
on what they dream
so
and
not
visualize.
exactly.
So it's not an exact thing yet.
Yeah. So
Just imagine when you wake up in the morning and your wife is
Your
mad
wife
at you
wants to
because
see your. No, I need to see your dreams.
Yeah, I need to see what you were dreaming about.
Let's see your dreams.
Yeah.
Go ahead and show me your dreams right now.
I knew you were dreaming about that chick that you saw.
Yeah, this is the new version of Let Me
I
See
have
Your
some
Phone. Let me see your phone. Let me see your dreams.
Right.
Let's go.
Yep.
Let's go.
Through your dreams.
Yeah, no, that's no, I don't want that.
Somebody had commented and said, the adult film industry is going to be in despair if this actually does come out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't normally have those, but boy, it'd be my luck. As soon as that thing hooked up, I'd have a good one like that.
I don't dream.
No.
I smoke weed.
Hmm?
I said, I don't dream. I smoke weed.
Yeah, does that take care of it?
You pass out instead of
yeah,
going to
you don't
sleep.
dream when you smoke weed.
Really?
For real.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And if you quit, if you take like a tolerance break, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like you
Is that
like,
what it is?
Yeah,
Because
you get like
I used
visuals
to
and
dream
shit,
all the
man.
time.
Yeah.
I remember it.
Yeah, if you take a tolerance break for like a week, you'll
Huh.
have insane dreams. Dude. Like I've done it. Like it's wild, man.
Yeah, it can
Tactical
suppress.
said, bullshit, spin it. I can spin it, but it won't stop.
I say we spin it and I put my
Just
hand
wait.
over
Yeah, there you go.
You want to do that?
Yeah, we'll do that. Hold
We
on.
can do it and just stop,
Well,
randomly.
move it over in front of the thing there. Am I? You can just do it all, Chad. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
acts
yeah.
as a prohibitor. It suppresses REM cycle sleep, in
Wow.
which dreaming occurs. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Huh. That's wild.
Might need to back up the camera some.
Okay, let me try to do that. Here, let's see if we can back it up.
Try and turn it.
Back that shit up. Okay. Oh, that's
no.
not going much
What
further
are you-
there. Let me try. Hold on.
Wait, which one? Yeah.
Ooh. There we
There you go.
All
Now up
right.
a little bit. There you go. That'll work.
That'll do it.
That'll do it.
Now you're gonna spin it and
You're just going to stop it
How are
randomly?
you gonna stop it? You're gonna stop it, come around back so you can't see what you're grabbing. At least make it.
I mean, because he can't just look at the TV and see.
Yeah, don't be looking. Don't be cheating. bitch.
All right, there we go.
All right, what is it? What has he got? Go walk around and tell me what it is.
Paintball shot. Oh.
Go!
Oh!
All right, who's got a paintball gun? Who can come up here and shoot me on Friday?
All right.
Paintball gun.
Anybody?
I'll take at
We'll give
least
you
2 or
time.
3 solid shots.
Good job, Vanna.
Yeah, thanks, Vanna.
Oh shit! I need some of that Vanna money.
I know that's right, man. Yeah, all right. So I got to take paintball shots Friday.
Yep.
So I
Yep.
just need somebody with a paintball gun who wants to volunteer to smoke me.
Tactical.
But I don't know if he has that. I didn't see that the other day.
I'm sure he
I've
has
got a
one.
buddy that's got some of that stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll reach out if I have to.
Okay, well let's see if anybody jumps out and volunteers.
Yeah.
but
If
you
somebody
can
else
check
wants
it
to come up here and
but
smoke Patrick, y'all just let
certainly
us know.
somebody has one and wants to.
Oh, I'm
inflict
sure.
pain on
All
me.
right.
Turn that son of a
Absolutely.
bitch all the way up. All them
Can you do
PSI.
that?
Hell yeah.
Oh,
He said, "Oh,
no, no.
He said,
you some
Okay.
big old red whelps on your ass."
Yeah, no, I figured it's going to be that way.
It
yeah.
sucks.
No, it's not going to feel good. I'm sure of
No.
that. Where should I get shot at?
Not in the ass or the chest.
Not in the
I
chest. You
think
don't
it's like in the arm or something.
yeah.
that doesn't seem painful enough.
Man,
The back.
things suck.
I bet-
Man.
I
Have
bet
you
it
ever been
hurt the
hit?
back.
Have you ever been
No.
hit? Dude, it sucks. Like
Yeah.
if you get hit where you don't have like something on, like
padding.
Little
Yeah, it'll
dog-
leave a hell of
little
a
doggy
bruise.
said, "I'll go buy one."
There you go. That's commitment right there, bro. You've done something to that man.
I don't know what I did, Mike. I'm sorry, dog. I didn't mean to.
What?
He
You
said,
hurt
"I
him,
will go
man."
buy
Brando
one."
said frozen paintball. Listen here.
"Oh shit,
Listen here, bro. You trying to hurt me?
man,
that
my
thing will
buddy
go through
did that and needs to shoot cars up.
You. Man, I bet that dent the hell out
Man,
of
it
the car.
messed a car up, man.
It's like shooting a gumball
Man,
at
it's
it or
like a
something.
rock.
Yeah, no, I don't think I want to be hit with a frozen paintball. That is not the deal. That was not
Put
the deal.
me down, I'll get one and come in Friday tactical
Oh,
turkey.
everybody wants to shoot me.
We're gonna have a firing squad.
have
Like
lineup.
everybody just line up with one shot.
Yeah, just come on. Just whoever's got it, just come on up. Everybody gets a shot. That'll be fine.
man.
That'll be just damn fine. Yeah. Why'd I do that to
Doggy
myself?
said he's there for you.
I'll tell you what's not funny, getting hit with a paintball gun.
Oh, we're gonna find out.
Yep.
I guess you will, won't you?
I say in the stomach.
The Listen up now,
Might be
I'll
the
tell
best
you
way to go.
Right.
Without a doubt, it's kinda gory. It's the worst news
I don't
you
think
could
any of them are
ever
going to be
hear.
good.
Things just like this make you fear. Lying lunchtime,
Luke, you know what's not funny?
A big hard fuck drowned
Me
in
getting
some
shot with a
honey.
paintball gun. That's not funny.
I think it's hilarious.
Some people.
Brandon said, "Do we all get to shoot it?"
Well, I mean, I
We're
don't
just
know.
gonna line them up and yeah.
Maybe.
Firing squad.
A South Carolina beachgoer lucky to be alive after walking away with serious injuries from a shark attack this week. It occurred off the coast of Hilton Head Island on Tuesday. The incident involved a patient with a leg injury consistent with shark bite. Local rescue crews were dispatched to beach marker 24 in Sea Pines Beach in regard to the emergency. Firefighters and lifeguards treated the victim at the scene, transported him to Hilton Head, where she was then airlifted to another facility. So it must have been pretty damn bad.
Damn.
Yeah, the attack came just days after a 9-year-old girl was bitten by a shark on Florida's Gulf Coast. Leah Lindell was just enjoying a snorkeling trip with her family in Boca Grande on June 11th when a shark bit her hand. It left her hand hanging by a little piece of skin. Damn, that's tough. That's tough.
That's exactly what I want to hear when I'm doing all this fun stuff.
Right when you're getting ready to head to the ocean.
You're getting ready to go feed.
Oh no, yeah, we're feeding sharks. Like
No, that's
no
great.
cage. Like it's gonna be insane. I thought it was gonna be them little bottom feeders. No, like
Here's
it's
what you're
reef
gonna-
sharks.
Here's what you're gonna hope. Well, they're not gonna hurt you though.
Shit, they said they got spears to push them off as soon as they start
mean,
getting close.
But just think about her. Now she's got a cool story to sell and body parts
Yeah.
to sell on the
There
black
you
market.
go.
True, but I tell you what, it could be a bigger shark comes to eat one of those.
yeah,
reef
that's what
sharks.
I'm talking about. Like
Maybe a tiger shark or
and
a
then,
bull
yeah,
shark.
you know they're all around them reefs, like
Oh yeah,
tiger
but
sharks.
bull sharks are big in the Bahamas, man. I saw the video of this, and if you didn't, man, I mean, it's not a fun video to watch, but it's damn compelling. I'll tell you that. And this is reason 1,768 why I'll never get in a hot air balloon.
Oh man, no.
A hot air balloon carrying 21 people in Brazil caught fire
Hell
Saturday
no.
morning. Crashed, killing 8 of the 21 people.
That's two of the things you don't want to do is burn or fall. You know what I'm saying? Like it's both of them.
Right. The crash happened at Santa Catarina, a state in Brazil's south, after the fire started in the basket, forcing the pilot to try to attempt to land. The video shows black smoke billowing over the deflated balloon as it hurtles towards the ground. And it's coming down so fast you can hear a whistle.
Damn. So, question: if you're in that damn thing and it catches on fire,
Yeah.
and they're saying, "All right, we're not gonna make it to the ground like this. Some bitch is gonna burn us to the ground before we make it." Would you jump or would you stay in there and burn?
Well,
That's a hard decision,
listen,
man.
The survivors managed to live by jumping out of the balloon when the fire first began.
Wow.
The balloon at first began to rise again once some of the passengers had jumped out.
It got lighter.
Yeah, the balloon at first began to rise again. Some of them jumped out. These people ended up dying. 4 charred. Another 4 jumped out of the balloon when it was falling. 4 got burned and 4 jumped out and died.
Damn.
That sucks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 of the victims died hugging each other, it said.
Oh,
Really?
damn.
You're hugging each other when you're burning? Because I think I'd be like, ah!
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell, man?
That's crazy, man. It cost $100 a person. The ride was going to be 45 minutes long and reached 3,280 feet. Not clear what height it was at when it started to fall. It was pretty damn high. I'll
Right.
tell you
Yeah,
that.
man.
When that basket hit, I was like, man, I don't know how anybody in that basket lived. They said despite all the precautions and efforts of our pilot, who has extensive experience, followed the right procedures, we're all suffering from the pain caused by this tragedy. Yeah, that's.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's a balloon in the air. Like,
Yeah.
how can you really control it too much? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can make it go up and down, but other than that, you're at the current. You know what I'm saying?
and
Like,
you have to
the
understand
jet
too
stream.
that not all safety precautions are the same.
No.
You know, when we went to Mexico.
Oh yeah, it's
and,
up the roof.
Laura did the parasailing.
Yeah.
And when she got up there, it unhooked.
Yeah. See, no.
And the thing came completely
No,
undone.
hell
She
no.
was holding on for dear life.
Right.
Ooh.
Now she would have fallen into water, obviously, but Still, that's a long way.
Yeah,
to fall.
dude.
Water turns into concrete when you're so high up there, man.
Yeah, no,
like,
it does. Yeah, no, she was mad as hell. As a matter of
Hell
fact,
yeah.
she had a video going, and we couldn't use any of it because it was all full of cussing. It was just a stream of nonstop
Oh
cussing.
man.
Yeah, she was no kind of happy
Hell
about
no,
that.
man.
That freaked her the hell out. Yeah.
Did they give y'all any like comps or anything? Like, did they do anything?
No.
They were just like, "Oh, you
No.
didn't die.
Yeah, this is sorry.
You're gonna die.
Sorry. You know.
Here's another Corona."
Yeah. Tactical said, "See you Friday."
Yeah, he had just messaged the group Facebook chat that you just discovered over this
Yes.
weekend and said he's already ran to Walmart and purchased the paintball gun, so he's ready. And I'm serious, man. He said his exact words. I just grabbed a paintball gun from Walmart.
How is that even possible? This was 38 seconds ago.
He
we
said
this.
from Walmart pickup. He'll grab it in a bit.
Oh,
He'll be in on
okay.
Friday. So
So
he
he
ordered it
ordered it.
online. Yeah.
Okay.
And he said, but here's the deal: if he doesn't get to pop you on the show, he's going to wait for you in the parking lot.
Oh,
Choice is yours. Tactical
damn.
turkey is spoken.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You can bring it on.
Yeah.
Bring it on up, man. I hope you got a good one, too. I hope you got the best one they had. One that's going to take my liver out.
We have a bottle rocket war out here in the parking lot.
Have you ever been shot?
I wonder if
you been
anybody-
shot by a paintball?
Hell yeah, it hurts.
You've been shot by a paintball?
No. Never did paintballing or anything.
My buddy
Hey, I'm
had
not the one that spun the wheel, man.
No,
That's
I
all you.
understand.
My buddy had one. He used to like just randomly shoot people. That shit would hurt. Oh my god, it would hurt.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's going to sting a little bit, huh?
I'm telling you, like they can turn it up. But the one from Walmart, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it don't have that. No, maybe.
No, he
maybe.
ordered from Walmart.com,
Maybe.
and they're shipping it into Walmart, so he got the good one. I guarantee you, he got some kind of special super duper.
I wonder if any of the
How many?
people
Yeah,
that were.
It's only
3,200
3,200
PS.
PSI. Is that all? It's
all.
only 3,200 PSI, which
Big
is
deal,
probably,
man. Come on.
That's probably like being shot
Oh,
with a
man.
25, you know. Probably not going to be able to walk for 2 or 3 days.
No, he said this is payback for you skipping roulette.
Oh, he does owe you for that.
Yeah.
Oh.
When we had to go up there and we had to leave early.
Sell a house.
Hey, man. You make your choices.
Pays your money, you take your choice. Yeah, I got you. That's for all of you today. Every one of you.
I just wonder if any of the people that were jumping out of the hot air balloon were like, look, we're a shooting star.
I think they were just saying, ow, this hurts. Or they were like, oh, shit.
It's a
Don't
flamer.
Probably. Right.
That is,
Hey, at least the view was lit.
the worst time to get smoked is on vacation. man.
Man, hell
It's like,
yeah.
man, things are going so good. You're so relaxed. You're so happy. And then
Yeah,
shit goes
man.
wrong. A shark eats you.
Right.
You know.
Hot air
fall out
balloon
of a
catches
hot air
fire.
balloon. You know, a shootout breaks out at the resort.
Parasail cord unhooked.
Parasail unhooks. Yeah, all
The
these.
cabbie tries to charge you something crazy for some weed.
That's
Wait,
not
the
in the
cabbage,
same category, man. No, that's it. We're out.